All right, what's up, guys? So, Crust Lord has uploaded the unedited call with Just a Robot. Yeah, originally I wasn't going to react to this, but I seen that it was a call by itself. So I was like, okay, I'll check out the call and things. But no, yeah, he has like a 6 hour long video, and I'm like, look, man, it's no disrespect to the video because I imagine that the video it is pretty good. Like a lot of people have been talking about it, and that's actually how I had heard about the call was through K-Huck. And so yeah, I was like, shout out to K-Huck. If you guys haven't, make sure you go subscribe to her. But anyways, but no, yeah, I was all like, you know what? Let me go ahead see what this call is all about. And I guess because that's the thing, like something new always gets said within these calls. Like something's always being talked about to where it's like, man, and yeah, just a robot. He don't think like he just says whatever because he thinks that it sounds smart. And I'm like, fam, it's no. Like you need more people to tell you the truth than you need people in your ear lying to you saying, oh, you're right, just a robot. And it's like people that are only saying that because they're trying to get you to like their comment or tweet or something or follow them on social media. But other than that, it's like people are not following you for you. You're not saying anything smart in order for a person to follow you. If that was the case, you'd be the biggest creator in the world. But it's like it's one of those things where you have to look at where your mouth has led you pretty much like right now when it comes to content creating. Like you might not even have a career come what I'm trying to think, maybe a year or two tops, like with all the different creators and especially creators within the genre where you upload content. Yeah, it's like, man, people ain't gonna be worried about your content like that. So, and then I think on top of that too, now he's trying to be like a Trump supporter, even more so a reason why it's not working out for you. I think I would personally recommend that, yeah, you go find business elsewhere and things, be a behind the scenes person. But anyways, no, yeah, let's go ahead check out this call. Make sure if you guys have it. So I believe this is a backup channel, the main video. So yeah, it's the entire Just a Robot saga. And that's like a 6 hour long video. So if you guys want to, just kind of have something play in the background of whatever it is that you're doing, or you are looking for a 6 hour video to watch, Crestlord got that video. But anyways, let's go ahead and check out this call.
Hey, how's it? Oh wait, hang on. I can. You sound like you're in like a drain or something.
I got a Turtle Beach headset. I'm like, dang, times is getting rough like that.
How about now?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Like,
well,
bro, I'm like, is it the Xbox 360 days? Like, should we be playing Black Ops? OG Nuketown or something? Like, what are we doing? Like, you sound like you're about to play Search and Destroy or something. Like, what you got going on?
should I just get straight into it then?
Yep.
Alright, cool. Do you hold any animosity towards creators like Chud Logic, Queeman, FPS Diesel, Cope and Seethe, or Diesel Patches?
Well, Chud Logic spread rumors that I cheated on my GF with a pedo, even though he claimed Cindy wasn't a pedo not too long ago. Cindy herself didn't feel like I was making a pass at her, and neither did my girlfriend. I love my girlfriend, I live with her, and I would never cheat on her with anyone. Chud spread rumors about me.
Sounds like he's saying that because maybe she's in the room or something. The thing is this: that Just a Robot I know, he don't care about other people's opinion, even including his girlfriend. So yeah, he's just probably saying that just to not get into an argument with her. But yeah, it's like, come on now, it's one of those things where the way my thing is this. Let's just say you and your girlfriend and Cinnabear and whoever she decides to bring, let's say you guys are on a double date. Do you think you would still have that same sense of humor in front of your girlfriend? Because yeah, I just think that there are people in this world where it's like their sense of humor, it's different, amongst groups of people or people by themselves. I just don't think that and it's if that was the case, I'm like, I guess it should have been something where it's like I don't know how you would necessarily bring that up in a conversation, but yeah, it's. I feel like that her having to find out through YouTube videos that you're having this inappropriate conversation with Cinnabare, that does seem a little bit shady. So, but anyways, that's a different conversation. But
that I had a rape and fart fetish based off of me saying I don't have a rape fetish, but I do understand that when I said didn't, it did sound like did, so I can understand that one. But then there was me just sending one funny fart image or to like someone, and it was like that was enough to claim that I had a fart fetish, which kind of funny, not gonna lie, but I don't have one. It also was kind of
yeah, I'm pretty sure. If you went at the height of his crimes, Jeffrey Dahmer, if you asked him, has he killed anybody? It's like a cop or whoever, that man most likely has said no. So that's why I'm like, it's one of those things where I ain't gonna put it past them. Any stuff that gets like any accusations against them and things. Yeah, it's like I ain't gonna put it past them. It's like I remember, it's like I've been dealing with you a lot longer than anybody else. So some of this stuff that I've seen, yeah, it's definitely one of those things where I'm like, it is funny too. The stuff that I called them out on, he tries denying it. So that's why I'm like the racism, and it's one of those things where, yeah, maybe somebody that doesn't know you can, I guess can think twice about that. But somebody that knows you, do you think they're gonna second guess you being racist? That's why I'm like, yeah, it's you're probably just saying this to Crest because it's like, oh, he might not know too much about me, so I'm just gonna try to save face as much as I possibly can because I know this is gonna be a YouTube video. Yeah, I ain't hearing that.
to bring
So
up because I sent that image to a 15-year-old, so it kind of seemed like he was trying to imply that I was trying to get a minor to engage with my fetish. And I do understand that the guy is content pilled and does it to boost his numbers, but I don't. But I think doing
And what exactly do you do with your content? You think you upload your videos for educational purposes and stuff? It's like, yeah, and the funny thing is, I was gonna say this because K Huck, she was reacting to this call on her stream. And he did kind of like say something along those lines, like I think like earlier or later in the video. But no, it's like, so you made, so because it was funny, there was no reason for him to make a video on me in 2024. He makes this video talk about where is TMossBoss right now. And I think the only new thing that he really could talk on was his fans accusing me of hacking him. And that's the thing where it's like me personally, I just think that maybe not right now because he don't really have that many fans. But I do think that at one point in time, like he did have a strong fan base to where, yeah, if he told them to jump, they just gonna be all like, okay, where do I land? How high do I jump? Like what angle do I jump horizontally or diagonal? Like what how do you want me to jump, sir? Just a robot. And yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, I don't. I just, for one, I don't understand fan bases like that, but I just didn't understand, like, what was the reason of making a video about me? So the funny thing is that if like your fans accusing me of hacking, then I think it's the main thing where I was blowing up rapidly back in 2024. And yeah, he's seen it as an opportunity, like, oh, let me make a video on TMossBoss and try to get some views off of him and stuff. And I'm like, fam, people, the content that I was uploading was voiceover videos. People ain't gonna be all like, oh, there's a new guy. Let me see what new videos is being uploaded about him and stuff. They're there for the voiceovers. They're not there to hear some random guy that claims he has autism in almost every single video and call and everything else. Like, we're supposed to watch your videos and take you seriously. Now, after all of this stuff doesn't happen, since then, yeah, it's like, do you really think we gonna take you seriously in your videos? That's why you can even just see it in Crest faces. Like it's one of those things where L.A. Noir, that was the name of that game. There definitely would be like the truth, doubt, lie buttons will pop up because it's like, yeah, we gotta doubt what you say.
Around 20 plus videos on me is a bit overkill. I don't like the guy, but he's a live streamer like Destiny, Vaj, and Hassan. I know what's going to be coming for him in a few years down the line, and it's something I wouldn't wish.
He's like, 20 videos on me is overkill. Meanwhile, it's like all the different times he have made videos on people. I know people will try to call me out on that. But like I've said before, the times where I was making videos. So like the videos from 2016 to 2020, those were, well, I would say more so 2019, because 2020 I wasn't even really, I was just more so telling it as a story form, so just kind of letting people know, like, in case if they were wondering about the drama and all that stuff. But other than that, as far as videos going out and attacking just a robot, I had to say the one video that I can think of where I had did that was where no, it was actually a month before he got called out for that Cinnabare crap. I called him a pedophile because who uploads a video explaining how to get away with being a pedophile as a joke? So that's why I was like, I had to say, maybe there might be some other videos that were before that, but I'm like, I feel like that video would have had more of an impact. If anything else, I'm like, oh, I guess like talking on his community being racist. But I don't know. Maybe that probably might have been the first. So that was like back in 2019, I guess, But yeah, but yeah, there was like from 2016 to like yeah, it was like probably like mid 2019. And then I think he did do one last video. I can't remember if he uploaded that in 2019 or 2020. Claimed it was going to be the last video, then turns around in 2024 and makes another video about me. So I think that when it comes down to, I guess, his style of doing videos on people, because when he does a video on somebody, all it's just going to do is spread hate to that person. When I feel like other people, they're having to defend themselves. But I think once you realize who you're defending yourself against, like that audience, you're like, okay, well, there ain't no getting through to them. So yeah, that's why I was like, came 2020, I was like, nah, man, I'm done. I'm like, I'm not going to be focused on these guys. But that's one thing about it. It's like he says that making 20 videos on him is overkill, but it's like, don't you think it's kind of overkill to have your fans still harassing people after 10 years? Like, it's one of those, he really has to sit down and think about the stuff before he say it. But maybe his autism, it hasn't unlocked that part of his brain. Like maybe that's the part, how like in Grand Theft Auto, there are certain areas of the map that you couldn't go to. If not, then you just get like a 1-hit level. I feel like, yeah, maybe not so much a 1-hit level. Maybe he might fall down and have a spaz attack or something if he goes into an uncharted territory of his brain. But it's like he stays in that area, then yeah, then he just continues to say some old silly stuff. But
My worst enemy. I've seen what happened to other live streamers, and what's going to happen to him is just going to be unfortunate. And not saying I want it to happen, because like I don't really have hatred for the guy, and I know his community likes me just based on the screenshots I've been sent from his Discord. But I just can't figure the guy out, really.
Okay. Right.
And yeah.
Sorry, keep going.
And as for Kuimon, I don't really know that much about him. Last I heard, he changed sides, and a lot of people hate him now. As for FPS Diesel, he claimed my GF looked prepubescent in an attempt to make me look like a pedophile. He said he would face stalks her if I made another bad take.
What?
Ro's own chat. Yeah?
That sounds crazy. Sorry, keep going.
Yeah, his own chat turned against him for that. And I told you about that in private, and you said, oh, I think that he just means drama. Well, I made some more drama content. And by his own logic, I guess he agrees with every take I've made. Like, none of them could be bad takes by his own logic.
When you said
I think it just gets to a point where it's like you get tired of that form of content. And yeah, he's probably, I ain't never heard of no stuff like that. I'm not saying that it doesn't exist, but I just never heard of that with FPS Diesel. But yeah, I just think that it gets to a point where it's like, okay, there's no getting through to you. You're still going to do the same old crap. So it's like, why waste my time on you? So that's why I'm like, I just don't, I don't get like, he claims like it's like his logic, he makes it seem like that it matters. And it's like, fam, your logic is going to mess around and put somebody in a crazy house. Like, please don't put us in that mindset. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. Like it's one of those, if FPS Diesel did say that he would put out his girlfriend's face, because I think she said that she didn't want to get involved with content creating. But no, honestly, this is what I'm waiting for, and I could definitely see some stuff like that happening. It'll be a situation where JustARobot done messed around and said the wrong thing to her. We don't have to worry about people leaking her picture out. I feel like that she'll come out either in a YouTube video maybe if she does it in a commentary form where there's like some art playing in the video instead of showing her face. But if not that, yeah, she'll show her face and be all like, yeah, I was just a robot's girlfriend, and she's just gonna do a whole tell all video. And I feel like that'll probably be like the final nail in the coffin for Just a Robot. And it's like now it's like you didn't have people in your own circle turn on you, and maybe that's something that he's worried about. I don't know, but yeah, that's what I'm like. I guess if I had a hold of that information, I'm like, I don't care for it being out there and stuff. I'm like, I obviously ain't gonna put it out there, but no, yeah, it's like it's one of those things. I'm like, I'm gonna just let pretty much karma take its course and things. More so with Just a Robot with his girlfriend. Yeah, she's just I don't know. I don't know. I can't really have an opinion on her and things. I just think that it's wild that she agreed to a relationship with them. I'm like, man, it's just I guess it gets to that point in time where it's like you're all like, hey, this is the it's kind of like a Melania Trump and Donald Trump thing where it's all like, hey, like he provides something. But anyways,
No, when you mentioned the doxing thing to me in the DMs, I thought you were like, I didn't know you were talking about FPS Diesel. I thought you were just talking about like you just said someone was trying to blackmail you with like your girlfriend's docs, and I was like, well, that sounds fucked up.
Yeah, like what else would you call that? If I said to you, hey, dude, if you make another bad take, I'm going to release this personal information about your significant other. Would you consider that blackmail? If I said, dude, if you don't do this, I'll do that.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty. I don't know if it's.
I think more so, I don't know, not trying to defend it, but I think maybe he more so meant like another video that has that same effect as the Cinnabare video, So I think he more so meant that as a bad take. As far as the other videos that he's uploaded, it's not worth watching, So I think if it's a video worth watching and you say something crazy like how you were in that Cinnabare video, then yeah, maybe that. But other than that, it's like what videos have you uploaded in the since that Cinnabare video where it requires that type of energy and stuff? Like I have not. The funny thing is, since then, there's like been very few videos. I think maybe the iDubbbz video that you uploaded where it was like people were kind of talking about that and reacted to that and things. But other than that, I'm like, fam, your videos are not worth watching. I'm not going to let's just lay out long day at work, a long day at school. It's you like my like the day off, but you taking care of kids, maybe possibly if you have kids. I don't know, but overall, if not that, then like life is just life, and I'm not gonna sit here and waste my time watching Just a Robot video. So yeah, I'm like maybe that's what he more so meant. But anyway,
I guess it's like blackmail to not make drama content or something. But I don't know. But I mean, I would just recommend you do that anyway. But do you have anything else? Sorry to add on to that.
Well, you asked about diesel patches. That was the last one, I think, aside from Kumo. But
and diesel patch as well.
You didn't add that to the list.
Sorry, I forgot to mention that on the list. Yeah, I wrote some more stuff on the questions when I was preparing to talk to you today, because to be honest, I was kind of lacking on that regard.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm just happy someone gave me the questions ahead of time beforehand. And as for diesel patches, he did a video on me when I said I think things are a little overblown, but the dude is funny as fuck. He did say what I did wasn't unforgivable and I have a chance to make a comeback. So honestly, he's kind of all right in my book. I still watch diesel patches from time to time.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you're going based off of the good things and that's honestly, that's how he bases his whole career. I'm like, he hopes that somebody says something good about whatever it is that he's doing so he could just run with it. As far as everybody else, it's kind of like a modern day video game where it's like there's that community where they bought the season pass, they bought the most expensive version of the game, and I'm pretty sure developers can see that. And then, but then there's those that just bought like the standard edition. They ain't bought nothing else and things. They just playing the game. Yeah, those people don't get listened to. But the ones that put all this money into the game and stuff, oh yeah, they'll be able to be heard, listened to. Probably might make a cameo appearance in the game and all this other stuff. And I like, yeah, people that live like that, I'm like, yeah, there ain't gonna never be a time where you can actually get through to them. But and he's trying to like justify the content that he does.
I just don't think he understood the full story. Would you like me to get into Kumo or what's his face Copen Seas first?
Yeah, I was gonna ask about Kumo in a bit anyway. But I reckon actually, yeah, while we're here, Copen, might as well go through Copen Seas. Yeah.
I thought, like, I watched his video and he's like, "Oh, Jar's the real backstabber. He just projects that people backstab him because one time he got into a Twitter argument with someone, therefore he's the real backstabber." And I was like, "What?" Or when he brought on what's his face, uh, um, Toasty something like
Oh,
Toastify or some
Toastify.
shit, and yeah, and he was like, "Oh, Jar always came across as a snake in the grass," and I was like, "Dude, why is this even in here? Like, I don't think I've ever spoken to this guy." And even Turkey Tom was like, "I've never got that impression from Jar." Um,
So I guess I just say that because of the Harley TBS situation where it's like you most likely made it seem like that you were cool with the with Harley, and then Harley turns around and criticizes what was it, his video or a thumbnail or something like that. He criticized something of Just a Robot. And then, but I think that's Harley goes on to say, like, yeah, we're friends or something like that. And you just shut that all down. Like you made it clear that you guys wasn't friends, but you can stalk them at VidCon events. That's why I'm like, yeah, it's like it just seems like some very snakish behavior. It's like you rattled the tail, made them get away from you and things, but then you start slithering after them, wanting to be all weird and stalking them and stuff. Yeah, that sounds pretty snakish to me. I don't know. Like I'm going based off of my Animal Planet watching videos and stuff. And yeah, when I see this stuff about snakes, I'm like, yeah, I could definitely see it. But anyway, it just hasn't probably been talked about enough. But I'm pretty sure if everybody that I met Just a Robot over the years, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of stories that that we don't even know about because it's probably from people that don't really be on the internet like that, or they ditched the spot and yeah, they're not on the internet no more. But yeah, we heard some more stories. I'm like, trust me, it'd definitely be probably not the next big thing to be talked about, but it'll definitely be something to talk about or mention in the video here and there.
the only like everyone said, "Oh, he's really charitable," but like as soon as he got some backlash for that whole Destiny thing, he went right back to talking about me. He claims like, "Oh, if Jar talks about you, he's going to talk about you forever." Bro is still bringing me up in videos about like I heart Kim Possible a lot. I have nothing to do with her. Uh,
Yeah, I don't know
so
who that
I
is.
always kind of
It's
found
like, so I guess them 10 years. Because I had to say, it's been like a blend between Just a Robot and his fans. So I know people, they will say that, oh, Just a Robot, he hasn't made as many videos on you as you did him. I'm like, yeah, there's the fans too. I'm like, over the years, yeah, his fans, I think they realized that Just a Robot, he was wrong on a lot of the stuff. And it's funny because it's like, you'll even see it in comments where there'll be people, his fans will be like, oh, yeah, I used to be a subscriber of his, but no, I realized that just how he views things, it's wrong. Like I can't, go about life that way. And then yeah, it's like it's either the ones that made videos about me that they'll either say that privately or in my comments, or yeah, or they just go and just take down the video. But over the years, I had to say, probably if we would, I don't think they have like a Wayback Machine where it's like you can, I guess, check my name, because I think that stuff, it has to be worked on like major pages and stuff. And I'm like, since I'm not like major like that, I maybe possibly, but yeah, I do remember it was at one point in time, it seemed like a video was being uploaded about me every week, and I was constantly having to defend myself. But I think it came to like came around in 2020. I was all like, no, I was like, I'm done with that. I'm not gonna be defending myself, and these guys, Just a Robot and his fans, they the only ones that's watching. I'm like, yeah, I said everything I need to say. I'm moving on. So, but yeah, even after that, his fans were still like, yeah, one of his fans was re-uploading videos I made mistakes on. And then what else? Then there's like another fan of his right now that's making like AI videos on me and stuff. So yeah, it's like you don't have to do it. You have your fans do your dirty work for you.
like
So
his video on me to be ironic. I don't know why every live streamer like promoted it as like the definitive video on Jar. It's like, oh, Jar seeks revenge against people. According to this person, I'm not going to provide any examples or go into detail. It was a lot of claims with like very little evidence in my book.
Okay.
So I'm like, I guess if they need evidence, then look up the videos that he made on me. Cause yeah, it was like a lot of those videos. If the videos needed to be uploaded, then okay, then let's just say that. But there was parts in the videos where it was like, why are you even talking about that? Like there was the one part, and that was actually brought up because I hadn't watched any of the videos about that he did on me up until after he got canceled with the whole Cinnabare crap. But there is the one, and I think that was at a time where I was just kind of testing out the waters of ignoring him and his fans. But I think, yeah, there was a part of the video where he was talking about how I was processing a friend of mine's that was shot and killed. He was talking about like he was criticizing me on how I was processing their death, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, what does that have to do with content creating? The last I checked, this was about me defending people that do reaction videos and my attitude and me not accepting criticism. I do a video pretty much warning people the dangers of going to parties that if you don't know everybody there, it might be best like, yeah, if you got an unsettling feeling, leave that party. How does that require criticism? So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, you say one thing, but then there's literal video evidence of you, like, pretty much saying and doing other things and stuff. So that's why I'm like, I just find it funny how he says stuff like that. And it's like, fam, you got to remember that there are people, I might not know you, but I've known of you for a long time. So it's like, yeah, you're saying this to somebody that most likely just discovered you a couple of years ago with that Cinebear crap. If people really did some research on you, oh yeah, they definitely would see a different side to you.
But I don't know him as a person very well. I haven't interacted with him that much, so I don't really have. And it's really hard to have animosity towards people I've never met because I don't know what's going in their mind. I don't know what's in their heart. Maybe he was lied to. Maybe he was misled. I have no idea.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I guess do you want to go into Kumo then?
Yeah, honestly, Kumo in my book is the reason why everything happened to me. If he didn't leak that draft of my
It's funny because even people were saying that you could have just came out and said, "Hey, that is a like an early like rough draft of my video and stuff. That's not going to be the video that comes out. It's a leak. Don't watch it. If you do want to watch it, then that's on you, but I haven't read all the evidence surrounding Cinebear. Once when I get that done, then you guys will get this video. What's wrong with that? Like it's one of those things where I just like I don't get. You could have very well just said that, but instead it's I just I don't know. Like I'm trying to get into the mindset of just a robot. My brain almost it almost had a moment, and I was all like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want I don't want to be like that. So we just that's a territory that I'm going to gladly walk myself out of. But yeah, it's like you very well could have just been like, hey, the video got leaked out, don't watch it, like that person that leaked it out, they're doing it for whatever reasons and stuff. And then once when the video gets actually uploaded, but it's like you decide to change it at the last minute because you had some late night conversations with the girl. Yeah, that's all. I'm like, I feel like that the video, it wouldn't have, I guess, like, yeah, if he had time to work on it, he still wouldn't have changed what he wanted to say. Yeah, he'll be like, oh, if I read the evidence and knew what I need to know, then I probably would have. It's like, okay, then just have it where you had the original video uploaded, where you were going off on the girl. No, instead, you decide, like, oh, I want to have an interview with her and start talking about how I was kissing Italian men and then a bunch of other different crap. And it's like, that's why I'm like, what were you talking? I still to the day don't even know why that was brought up. Like when I watched that part of the video, I'm like, why was that even mentioned? Why was that even talked about? But yeah, just a robot. I'm like, you're a character, bro. Like, you're somebody where I'm like, you really need to watch your videos, or if not, have people that I guess will have like a neutral mindset against the video where it's like then they can watch it. But if you just have like friends and fans of yours watch it and stuff, and then they're like, oh yeah, that's the best video that you've ever uploaded, then yeah, you hear stuff like that, then that's why you had the outcome you did. But you're not listening to everybody. But anyways,
my video, I would have been able to reach out to Jack and Eno like I said I would, and I was also in the process of doing, which I already proved in my first response. And if Kumo didn't exist, none of this stuff would be happening to me. Bro called Eno a little slut or something. The guy claimed my plan was to rape Cinny, even though my plan was to get on her side.
I've seen that clip, yeah.
Yeah, so I could get the contact info of Eno and Jack and also get their side of the story. That's what I was in the process of doing. Like, right. And I showed that. I was like, hey, after I made this draft, I was like, okay, like I need to reach out to Jack and Eno now and get their sides of the story.
Yeah. So okay, rolling it back a bit, you mentioned the 15-year-old that you sent file porn to. Do you like, was that the kid that you had because Chocolate Latte mentioned that you had a Smash Bros beef with a kid? on Discord. Was that the same kid?
No, it wasn't porn. It was just
Oh,
like a
sorry,
funny
fetish.
stock
Yeah,
image.
fetish art. Yeah, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it wasn't. There was no naughty bits being shown, and I just sent it because and we didn't have a beef. We just played it together. Like I used to play Smash Brothers Ultimate with people in my Discord. Mostly, of course, if you see my gameplay, I fucking love playing as Hero. Hero is by far the most fun character to play with. But I don't think I had a beef with him through Smash Brothers. I think we just played together, and I think I sent him that before I knew his age. And of course, like both of the things that people have said, oh, you didn't check for the person's age, both of them happened in the same year. And ever since then, I haven't repeated that same mistake. I always am like, just in case, I better check your age, even if I can.
But it's like, why are you sending that type of stuff to people anyways? Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, for as long as I've been a content creator, I guess, like, I don't really be having that many conversations with my fans, but the times when I do, yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, the conversations are normal, So yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, I feel like that before you ask or not ask, but send stuff like that. No, ask for their age. But I mean, yeah, if it's clearly is, if you see them off up in bars and clubs and any and everywhere else, so they drinking, smoking, all that. So I'm like, oh, okay, they must be over the age still. It's like, it's one of those things. It's like if you still are unsure, ask. Like it's not that hard. I just don't get why people they find like normal questions or just conversations hard to be a part of and stuff, because I feel like there's nothing wrong with asking somebody their age. But yeah, it's like I guess they'll wait until they get in trouble behind that type of stuff and then be like, oh, why didn't know their age, and that's their get out of jail free card.
This in a YouTube video without it getting age restricted. I still should just make sure, just for like the PR and all that.
Yeah, I mean, more than just PR, I think that it is a good idea to check age, especially if you're gonna be sending around like sexual content or like fetish content. Because just to reduce harm more than like necessarily the optics or whatever. But yeah.
But I wasn't sending him it because I'm like, haha, look how sexy this is. I sent him it because I was like, dude, look how funny, fucked up this image someone posted in my Discord is.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're a part of your Discord, then why would you need to send it? It's one of those things where it's like if they're a part of it, I guess for somebody that doesn't know how Discord works, because it sounded like there's like he said that he'd be playing Discord, or he plays Smash Bros with people from his Discord. So if the guy is already in your Discord, why are you sending him pictures of stuff that they could just go out and just see for themselves? But if they can't see it, then I don't know. I don't think it's been a while since I created a Discord account, so I can't remember if they ask for age. I imagine that they do, but if not, then yeah, I think they do have like a warning thing to let you know, like, hey, this area is because there's been times where I've like streamers, they have like a not suitable for work section. And but I think there's like a thing where it's like you have to like click and be all like, hey, are you over the age to see, or warning, there's like sensitive stuff in this section, this Discord section. So, but yeah, if they're already in it, why are you sending it to them? So that's I'm like, yeah, that just don't make no sense.
Yeah. So did you actually watch that? Because I know you addressed it in your response video, but did you watch Choco Latte's like Cool with Given Ant?
Is that how you say the name? I knew about the ant part. Now I watched clips of it and saw like I think Chud's reaction to it, but this was like a year ago, so I don't perfectly remember it. But I remember she even admitted like, oh yeah, I was over dramatic, and she claimed like, oh, like other people knew about this, and I will be getting their testimony. But like I don't even remember this. It was so many years ago. So like, can the testimonies of other people from something that happened 4 years ago even be like, like what's the word I'm looking for? Accurate, I guess that's the word I could use. Accurate, because I don't even remember that happening, and it took me a while to figure out that this image was made around the same time I made my video about porn being drawn of Jade Animations and Wolfie Chew. And then I remembered, oh, I had that image commissioned because I was going to use it as a thumbnail, but then I decided not to because, well, how stupid would I be to be like, you shouldn't draw porn of these characters. Anyways, here's a not safe for work image of these characters that I use for a thumbnail. That would be stupid, so I ended up not using it.
Right. You sorry, I lost track. So actually, yeah, no, I was gonna say, you mentioned in your it was okay. So oh, I know that's right. He says something like along the lines of I guess that's why you like guessed. So it's like sort of you don't have a perfect memory of it. It's like sort of conjecture that you're assuming the reason you asked for the Jane animations porn is because you're making like you wanted the thumbnail for that.
Yeah, because you look at that, I looked at that image and I was like, that looks like an image you would put in a thumbnail. And it took me a really long time, but then I found out, wait a second, this happened around 4 years ago. I also made this video 4 years ago. So like the timeline does seem to match up. So I think that's why I had that image like not really commissioned because they weren't getting paid for it. They were just getting the art role. And but I definitely do not remember asking for fucking rape porn of Jaden. I definitely don't remember that.
Okay,
And I'm pretty sure I didn't do that.
okay, because that's what I was gonna say. They also, I know that you addressed that in your video, but the one point that you did not address is that they claim to have made their age clear, like the age 17 clear in that call, where they also claim that you asked for Jane Animation's rape porn. Yeah, do you have anything?
I thought I did it.
Oh,
I thought I did address that.
oh, maybe you did. Maybe you did. Maybe I missed it. Sorry, but if I
I can
did,
address it
it's
again
fine.
if you
Yeah.
don't mind.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, like I don't remember a call I was in, a random call I was in 4 years ago. I think it would be pretty random for someone to say I'm 17 and for me to say, oh boy,
But, I guess to debunk that, because it's like, okay, you don't remember. So it just shows that you're on Discord a lot. You not remembering is not the same as of it actually happening. So I'm like, yeah, you might not remember it. And I guess like if we're going and talking about like, crazy murderers and all this other stuff and things, yeah, I'm pretty sure they ain't went off up in courtrooms talking about, oh, I don't remember killing that person. But if I did, I did and stuff. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's like if there's clear evidence of you asking for that type of stuff, and to this day, I'm like, it's something where I guess like because he probably wouldn't care, and that's the thing. You ask somebody that, and it's like, how'd that make you feel if that was you? And I just feel like that. Just dealing with him and his fans for a long period of time, they'll try to downplay it and make it seem like that they don't care. I'm like, okay, well, you know what? Let's raise the ante with this. I'm like, let's say it's your girlfriend or somebody that that you're close with and they ask for inappropriate stuff. Like, I guess how would that make you feel where if I asked for some inappropriate stuff of your girlfriend, you'll feel a certain way about that. So it ain't about whether you remember it or not. It's like that's something that actually did happen. It's like, fam, it's something where he's trying to downplay it because he knows the consequences that could come out of something like that. But I mean, I think I remember seeing it on TikTok. I'm like, yeah, I think the most is like just him getting canceled and crap. So, but yeah, it's one of those things where it's all like, why would you ask for that? Like, I just don't, I don't get, like, there's just some people with content creating where it's like you have a platform and you have a good thing going for yourself. You want to throw all of that away on something silly. I don't get that, but
want to
anyways.
draw a porn for me. That like just the optics alone. Like I know some people told me like, dude, bring up that you live in Texas. The age of consent is 17. I would just look at them like, why the fuck would I say that? I'm not trying to fuck her, and I don't care if the age of consent is 17 over here because that's such a bullshit legality equals right argument.
Right.
Like if she told me like I don't remember her telling me I'm 17 and then me saying draw porn of me. That doesn't make any sense. I don't know why anyone would do that. I don't remember her making her age clear to me in that call. I don't even remember what we talked about in that call. All I remember was I don't even remember if that call even happened because there's not.
It's like all I remember was, well, I don't remember if that it. Yeah, he most likely remembers, and he's just trying to save face as much as he possibly can. I guess like he probably, like I say, he probably knows that this is going to be a YouTube video, so that's why he's like, okay, let me try to downplay and make it seem like that stuff. Because even he did that when me and K-Hug, we were going off on him on Twitter, and we were bringing that up, how he likes to use autism as a get out of jail free card with whatever it is that's being talked about with them. And he's all like, show proof that I've said that, shown proof. And so, yeah, it's like with things like he's big on that showing proof stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, fam, if the evidence is there, I'm like, how is it that you managed to watch our videos and you know about us, and we've talked on that, but you still need proof? Watch the videos that you watched of us. But anyways,
said it happened in a server. I can look back and see that we like in 5 years. I can look back and see that we had a call around this time. But if we had this call in a Discord server, I could not check for that because it doesn't like record when a call happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, well, cause what it seems a bit like you're just saying like
Chris, you could tell like he's that person where he just started the job and then just a robot. Like it's like it's lunchtime now and he just sat next to him and just started trauma dumping a bunch of different stuff. And he's like, fam, I'm just trying to eat my spaghetti and you know and just kind of enjoy the you know the final 5 minutes of my break. Like, what are you even talking about right
a
now?
Google link, like a Google search, like out of nowhere after not having talked in like ages. So it does seem like you were in a call or something beforehand, which
Yeah, I think
prompted the message.
yeah, like, I do think a call happened. I just don't remember when it happened, why it happened, or what we were talking about. And I did send that link
all the things that could get him canceled and he don't remember none of
because
it.
I was like, yeah, this is what I'm going to be talking about in my video. At least that's my best guess. I don't know for sure because I don't like really remember any of this stuff happening. But knowing myself, I'm assuming I said, hey, this is like a link to the stuff I'm going to be talking about, like the stuff I'm going to be making a video on.
Right. Okay. So moving on a bit, I recall you saying that you developed a hero complex. Would you say that's the case, or would you sustain that statement rather?
I mean, I don't. I mean, I do want to save people and help people. My dream job as a kid was to be a firefighter.
Yeah, this is the part that I had jumped in on K Hug because I was watching a little bit of the call and yeah, when I had heard that, I was like, yeah, it's one of those things where it's like I don't want to, you know, like because I think about it and I'm like, okay, I'm in the middle of a fire and then I'm like, you know, I'm like, there's something that's like on top of me and things. I see a firefighter like, you know, chopping down the door with an axe and then he's all like, hey, I'm just a robot, you know. It's like I'm here to help. It's one of those things that like that what was that Will that I Robots, that Will Smith movie, and there's that scene where they were after he got attacked by all the different robots and stuff, and then he had that fight with the one that he revealed like his arm was like robot or something like that. And then the robot it, like ran and jumped into a fire. Yeah, I'm like that's me. I'm like I'm like nah, I wouldn't trust him. But he's big on like wanting to help people and stuff. And I'm like his way of helping people is yeah I'll help you, but you gotta do something for me afterwards. And so it's not really help. It's just more so he'll do you a favor. It's just that you gotta do a favor in return. So it has to. It can't just be no thing where it's like you know yeah he does something out of the kindness of his heart and things. It's like I guarantee and I promise you it's he seems like the type of firefighter where he'll ask for a tip afterwards, like he saves you from the fire, carries you up out of there, pushes you on the stretcher and things, and he like oh he was like so we are doing a 5% minimum you know tip thing, so if you want to, like he's holding out his phone, he's like so yeah all you just gotta do is put in your card information. And it's like fam, almost it's like you're holding the oxygen thing. It's like, fam, I almost died in there. Like, what are you? The firefighters are asking for tips now. I'm like, sorry, no tip and things. I'm like, I'm not doing that. Now he's standing over you, cussing you out because you're not giving this. Like, I almost died. Like, I don't why. And I guarantee no. You know what? I feel like with him, it's like he'll probably be all like, yeah, I think firefighters do deserve tips at the end of their. I was like, yeah, just bro, please stop talking.
But nowadays, I don't think people, at least most people, are worth saving.
No, it's just they don't want you to be the one to save them. You're how honestly though. So okay, so let's say there's somebody that's in the same exact situation as you. How would you save them? You know, and the funny thing is like even that was the whole reason on why our drama went as far as it did, because he came to my channel wanting to help me out with my argument skills or content creating, whatever. And I'm like, I don't need your help. What part of that do you not understand? And so then, yeah, that's when it led into the nonstop from late 2016 all the way up until like almost mid 2020 of his fans just, you know, nonstop harassment and stuff. And there are a lot of videos that I had uploaded over that time frame, but I had to take them down because YouTube, they were being weird with me when it came to guideline strikes. So there were some videos that were rated with dislikes where yeah, there was like I you know sadly had to take them down. But there is still quite a few different videos I do have uploaded where it does have a lot of different dislikes, and I'm like, fam, it's like, so that's your way of helping people. It's like, oh, it's like you either accept it or we're pretty much just going to ruin your career. So that's why I'm like, yeah, just a robot. Him helping somebody is just pretty much putting them in the same exact situation as he is. And it's, yeah, I'm like, I'm not trying to have it where I'm doing apology video after apology video after apology video, doing calls with people, and then it's like getting exposed on even more crap. Yeah, no, I'm good. I think I'd rather be in this situation where I'm at right now with content creating rather than to be in his situation.
This up if you want, but a guy saved a baby from falling to their death, and the mother of the child actually sued the guy because apparently, like, one of the baby's arms were broken, and the guy didn't pitch in for the medical stuff, even though he.
I've been hearing this too, where is that because I have been like kind of hearing some things of the call, and I think somebody was saying that story was fake. So yeah, it's like it just, the thing is this, it honestly wouldn't surprise me though, because I'm like, he even lied on me. He made it so it's funny. So that same night where he came to my channel talking about, oh, I want to help you with your argument skills. So when he made the video talking about that, there is a whole part of the conversation that he left out where he came to my channel insulting me. He made it seem like he came to my channel trying to be all peaceful and crap. And I'm like, no, show that whole conversation. Don't just show the part of the conversation that's going to benefit you. Show the whole conversation. And then I think even there was another part of, I don't know if it was the same video or if it was another video, but he showed where it was a fake account going around pretending to be me. I guess, like, because I think I remember there was somebody that uploaded a video defending me, and I really don't be watching too many videos at that time, being I wasn't really watching too many videos on me. And but I guess like the person had was like, see the thank you. I think I can't remember exactly word for word what they were saying. Let's just say they were saying some pretty disrespectful stuff about JustARobot and his fan base. If you guys want to, you can very well go watch the video. It ain't so much about me trying to remember what the person said. I could care less what the person said, but they were trying to make it seem like that I was supporting the crazy things that the guy was saying. And I'm like, fam, for one, I never seen that video. And two, you can hear how I talk and carry myself where I'm like, I don't say crazy things where I'm like, oh, people deserve death. And I think that's what it was like I think he either said for the fans to JustARobot and his fans to off themselves. And I'm like, I don't talk like that. So why would my fans talk like that versus you and your fans where it's like, yeah, we don't necessarily know where the racism came from for the longest with your fans. But then when I'm hearing, calls of you talking to people talking about, oh yeah, I asked a black girl what's her favorite basketball team and flavor of chicken. And then another person telling me that you joined their Discord server, just randomly dropping the N-word because your roommate gave you permission to. I'm like, yeah, then that's why I'm like, okay, well, we now have a root to this evil. But I'm like, me on the other hand, I'm like, why would I say in one of my videos, I'm like, hey, don't say that to people, or I'm like, that's messed up that people say that, then turn around and show support to somebody for saying it. That's why I'm like, man, I just, yeah, and it's one of those things where it's just, I genuinely don't remember if I did watch that video. I definitely wouldn't have shown no support to that portion of the video and things, but yeah, like I said, I think it definitely was somebody pretending to be me because at that time my account wasn't verified. So anybody can have the name TMossBoss and stuff. But yeah, now that I'm verified, I'm like, I guess people, they want to do some photoshopping crap. Then I'm like, that's on you, but it'd be you wasting your time and things. But anyways,
saved the kid's fucking life. And she still sued him over it. And I was just like, yeah, you hear, and this is just one of many examples. Well, no good deed goes unpunished.
I mean, I've heard that phrase, but are you saying that that guy shouldn't have saved the baby?
No, he should have. Okay. He should have, but for his own, but like, like he saved the baby, but he was still punished for it. He had to go through all these like legal fees, and now the mother is getting countersued, and all of this nonsense is happening just because a guy did the right thing. Like, absolutely, the guy did the right thing. You should absolutely save people if you have the opportunity to. But
that's a given. Yeah, I was just fucking with you a little bit.
No. Well, now Eno is someone who I think is worth.
Yeah, helping. I'm like, even that story that I don't know, maybe there might be a story out there that exists like that, but I ain't never heard of nothing like that before. You would think that, I guess, like if it's me and that's my kid, and yeah, let's say like they had dropped my or not, well, I've been like, yeah, they just go and just be all like, oh, Kobe, and then just drop my kid out of a burning building and stuff. I'm like, then I might sue. I might get to swinging on people. But like if they're doing it to save my kid's life, like if I'm already outside or something, I was like one of the first ones saved, and then they dropping my kid out of a window. If he, I don't know, like hits his arm or something and the arm breaks, then my thing is this. I'm like, that can always, be fixed and things. Like that'll heal. Your death, that's gonna break me. That's gonna break. Yeah, it's like no, I wouldn't. I'd rather deal with my kid's broken arm than to deal with funeral arrangements and stuff. So I'm like, I probably would have been the one to break my kid's arm if I'm trying to save them or something. But anyways, yeah, I don't know that story. It just doesn't seem likely. But then again, you do have people out there where they are scammers and crap, and they trying to get a free check and things. But yeah, I never heard of that story. I'm like, I be watching the news a lot, watching the news and even like I guess like news related videos on the internet. But yeah, I ain't never heard of that story. So
For the most part, she has shared with me like stuff about what she was dealing with from the drama in her day-to-day life. All the kids at her school know about it, and she hates it. There's some other stuff she told me, but she made me promise her not to share it publicly. The other stuff, like she was fine with this, but not the other big thing, and I'm not sharing that until she shares it publicly herself.
Yeah, that's another thing I was gonna ask. What motivated you? What motivated you to reach out to Eno?
I think might have been Soph the Neko's idea. I didn't expect you to ask this question; it wasn't in the list, but I thought, okay, you know what? Um, I was going to reach out to her to begin with. Might as well do it now. And whether it was my intention or not, my video affected her in a negative way, so I might as well apologize to her in private. And I did.
oh, I think this was the person that Cinnabare was sending the inappropriate art to and stuff. Yeah, okay. I was like, cause when I was watching this part last night in K-Huck stream, I didn't know who that was. I'll be following people's names. Like yeah, that's one of those things. It's funny. I just shared a meme about that on Twitter. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it's an all around thing. But yeah, I'm like, it was a meme like making fun of black people where it's like we ain't good with names, and I sit down and I think about it. I'm like, there are people. I didn't know my one of my manager's names at my old job until after 5 months of working there. So I just walk up, I was like, hey, quick question. Never called her by her name. So I'm like, at least I'm creative at starting a conversation. But yeah, other than that, I was like, if it was one of those things, somebody walked up, I was like, hey, what's her name again? I'm like, man, I'm trying to figure that out myself. So, but yeah, I did not know. I forgot the girl's name or the person's name is so it is a girl. I don't know. But overall though, yeah, because even K-Huck was saying that. I'm like, do how Cinnabare did. Just make a video. But that's his thing. He don't want to apologize. He wants to do like some private apology where it's like he apologizes, but he wants you to feel sorry for them, or it's like, or for him and things. And it's like he doesn't want to just have like no proper apology where it's like, hey, I'm sorry for saying this, I'm sorry for doing that. No, he wants to have some like sort of way of like having strings attached to whatever it is, however he is like reaching out to the person and things. So yeah, so I'm like, to whoever the NO person is, just a robot, get the message, and you block that message.
She accepted it, and the reason why I haven't talked about this publicly all that much is because I was just thinking, people are just going to say, oh, Jar is using this to make a comeback. He's using a child, blah, blah, blah. And, just, being happy that, she can still watch my videos without it being tainted for her, which she said herself, and all the other stuff. Yeah, that's good enough for me. If Eno wants to mention it publicly, she can. I won't make her. And even in our call, I let her do 90% of the talking because I was just nervous. Like, if this gets leaked and I talk too much, people are going to claim I like led her on or like forced her into like saying what she said when I definitely did not.
Well, a point I'm gonna raise, to be honest, in the video is I just think it's kind of an overcompensation in the first place to even talk to the victim of Cinnabare. Like, I mean, sure, you could be offering her an ear when she needs it the most, but the issue I have is like, what's it called? Like, why would she want to go to the 30, however old you are, dude, grown ass man that was defending essentially her victimizer online? Like, that seems like the last person that she should be talking to about
I know that's like, so I guess if we're talking like a courtroom situation, that's like the lawyer contacting the victim of whoever it is that they're defending, and I'm like, why are you talking to them? Because isn't that against the law? Like I don't know if the lawyer could reach out to the victim. I don't think they can. I think that's like tampering with the. No, I don't think. What do they call it again? Where it's like if the person contacts the victim outside of the courtroom, and then because yeah, it's like you could just be trying to change their mind and make it to where it's like, oh, so if they come out in the video and get to talking about you, they gonna change how they originally felt about you and stuff. So yeah, it's like there is no reason for you to be reaching out to them. But yeah, this is just a robot that we're taught. He's living in a, everybody has to follow the rules besides me world. So
Problems.
I guess you're right. I guess you're right, but like, she reached out to me again by herself, saying like, "Hey, I have no one to talk to. Can I please vent to you?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure."
Okay.
Um,
I mean, yeah, sure.
and
If you're just gonna accept venting, then what? Yeah. Sorry, you keep going. Sorry.
I guess with me, I'm like, it's one of those things where I'm like, if people want to vent to me, I'm like, they very well got the rights to do so. But I just feel like that if we didn't have like a good first impression of each other and things, I think it might be best if the conversations just don't, like, yeah, maybe if it's like public, so if I'm live streaming and then you want to come there and vent and all that stuff, yeah, sure. But if it's on some like private stuff, I'm like, nah. That's why I'm like, it might be best. I'm like, go get like a AI software of me or something, and vent to that. But I just don't. I feel like that with the start of their first impressions and things. I mean, like, this guy is defending the person that, like, you were the center of this individual getting canceled, and then this person turns around and defends them, and now they want to have conversations with you. Yeah, that seems a little weird.
I offered her help. Like, if she needed me to help her edit her response, I would. But like, and you can say like, why would she reach out to you? Well, I'm pretty sure it was Soph who set everything up, and I knew that in my book, what I did was the right thing to do. Um,
Right. I mean, okay. I just think it's a little bizarre. It seems like I mean, sure. I will include that you stated reached out to you. So.
yeah, and you can say it's bizarre. I agree. I think this whole thing is bizarre. I've never dealt with something like this in my life.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't imagine so. Although actually, it does kind of remind me. It seems like a lot of your, like, pretty much if I click on any video from your past, it seems like you were just perpetually talking about the same like 7 people on repeat, or like bringing up just random dramas all the time. Like, I mean, this isn't really necessarily. I mean, it's kind of a question, but what necessarily like motivates that? Like, why do you want to always relate every single situation back to another drama?
I, I I'm trying to understand the question best I can, but I think when you're talking, I've only made like 2 or 3 videos about my past, and one of them was one of the members involved in it. Well, I worded that very poorly. I made 2 videos about my past. Then I moved on, but one of them, photoshopped me doing something awful, which we'll get into later because that's one of your questions. So of course I had to bring it up since they were in the same group. But yeah, in the art CC, almost every drama kind of connects with another drama, and I kind of feel like there's like a storyline building here, and I'm like documenting everything. If that makes sense at all. I'm trying to understand your question the best I can.
Uh, just essentially, I was asking, you constantly, like, in every single one of the like your old videos. It's not even necessarily videos about your past or like yourself. It's just like in general, any drama video of yours, you always relate it back to other dramas, or like, for example, like in the Cinny Bear situation, you constantly brought up Spocter and Hopeless Peaches.
Trying to think. I can't remember if he in the videos he did on me, if he did that. He probably did. I'll just have to. I don't want to go back and watch them. I know people are like, "Oh, you should do like a 10-year anniversary of that." Nah, I seen the videos he made on me. It's like I seen it one time, and that's all I care for watching. I don't I don't want to go back down that route again. It's kind of like it's one of those things where it's like, no, you play like a scary video game, and then there's just a level where there's like, oh, there's an Easter egg. Nah, I'm good, bro. I'll just cut the loss on that Easter Easter egg and stuff. But yeah, man, it's like, you watch one of those videos, it's one of those things where it's just your brain, it actively slows down to the point where it's like you start losing brain cells. And now there's like simple questions that people are asking you, like, hey, how do you create a YouTube channel? And you just sit there thinking like, dang, how do you create a YouTube channel? And it's like you're asking a content creator this. I'm like, fam, you've been a content creator for 16 years. Like, you got like 50 different YouTube channels. How do you how do you not know this and stuff? I'm like, yeah, it's stuff like that, like, or how to play a racing game, a video game genre. So yeah, man, I'm good. Even this video, it's like, you gotta take medication before watching a Just a Robot, anything related to him and stuff. So yeah, I'm like, if Crest wouldn't have been here, I'm like asking him, could this would just been strictly Just a Robot video? I'm like, I think I'm gonna have to skip out on this. But anyways,
What, like,
Yeah, like I do that, yeah, but like everybody else in the community was also doing that, and I kind of like to it also kind of boosts those videos. Like if people say, oh, like if he's talking, what's this drama he's talking about? They might like check out those past videos. It's kind of like advertisement for myself.
yeah, I mean, I get doing that because I do mention my own videos every now and then, but like what I mean is like you do it to like an excessive like degree. Sorry, I keep saying like you do it to an excessive degree to the extent where it's like pretty much the entire video's thesis is based around what you've experienced in past dramas.
he holds grudges. He said that before, that he holds grudges. I can't remember what video it was. I don't know. It was either a interview call that he did with somebody, or it was a video that he had on his own. But yeah, I remember him saying that before, that he holds grudges against people and stuff. So I'm like, it's like there might not be too many creators that'll speak out against that, but yeah, I'm like, anybody that got any questions they want asked or answered, about Just a Robot, I'm like, you need some questions that, it's kind of like an unsolved mystery or something. I'm like, I most likely know the answers to those questions and things. So feel free to comment them down below, or if you want to invite me in for an interview, hey, I'm all for it. But anyways.
Well, I guess that is the case. Like, I do try to learn from past dramas, like, figure out, okay, if it was okay here, will it be okay there? Or, this is how people react to this person doing that. Because what is the most objectable sin? It's hypocrisy. So I try to keep things, organized, make sure I'm staying consistent with things I've said in the past. But if you think I do it to what you said, a excessive amount. I mean, you're going to love my iDubbbz video then, because I don't bring up any past dramas I had involvement in. In fact, I'm working on a video about Cruel World Happy Mind right now, and I don't bring up a single past drama I was involved in.
Okay, well, I have a couple of questions off of that. I remember you mentioning the hypocrisy is the most objectionable sin line in your response video. What do you mean by that? Because like, I mean, I would say that like murdering someone's a lot worse than hypocrisy, or like, I don't know, trying to cover up a war crime or something. Like.
I get what you're saying. So like, yeah, I guess you could say it's worse, but we're talking about most objective, not worse. Like if I kill a guy in a uniform of a soldier, like we're in a battle and I kill the guy, it's not murder anymore.
I would not. If it was on some stuff where, yeah, let's say World 3 was starting, and Just a Robot got drafted, we're gonna lose the war. It's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, we might have, came through World War 1 and 2, but that was because Just a Robot wasn't born yet. This war, yeah, no, I'm like, it's one of them. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they might not take him in. They're all like, yeah, we seen your videos and we know what you're about. Yeah, maybe he might be able to pull the autism act out in front of them, in front of the recruiters or whoever. But yeah, overall though, it's like I wouldn't. I'm trying to think of some people that I would trust to do a war. Hornswoggle from WWE, I trust him. I trust him with a rifle before I trust Just a Robot with a rifle.
It's called something else because murder is not a moral term; it's a legal term. With hypocrisy, like you can lie to protect someone, and that can be seen as not a sin. When it comes to hypocrisy, I think like no matter what context you use it in, it's considered like a bad thing. But you can kill someone or lie to someone for the right reasons. I don't think you can be a hypocrite for the right reasons.
Oh, I have a train nearby. Yeah, right. Okay. Oh, no worries. I'll just freaking wait for the train. I think the other question I had. What was I'm trying to recall.
Yeah, I know I've had my
I mean, you can
moments.
scroll up a little if you want.
I've had my moments where I've been doing videos and stuff, and then yeah, just you lose your train of thought. Then all of a sudden, it's like now you got to like improvise and come up with some other stuff right then and there on the spot, man. Crest, I feel your pain.
Um, it wasn't. Yeah, hang on. It wasn't necessarily about what you said. Hang on. Give me 2 secs. It was a question that led off of what you just said before. I've completely forgot it. Alright, it's fine. I can come back to it later. Oh yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Were you aware of? Sorry. Were you aware that Hamilton was recording your calls?
Like, let me see. I mean, I expected him to, but I don't think people would have twisted my words so much, and I don't think he would leak them, at least not as soon as he did. Himpleton has like backstabbed me 3 times. Um, last I checked, he wanted me to. Last I spoke to him, he wanted me to join him in a war he was going to start against Lyle Convoy. Even though he previously said for me to stop talking about drama content, and I was like, okay, so you don't want me to talk about drama, but now you want me to talk about drama. Which is it, man? And then I told him no, because I pretty much knew he was going to set me up as the fall guy if things went south. Himpleton is a guy I don't understand. I hear like a lot of people don't like him, and uh he's also not really all that relevant, so it's like why should I even waste my time talking to him? So
He'll find a reason to make a video about him. It's like Himpleton. I'm not like familiar with which content creator is which, but that is a name that I have heard a few times, like when JustARobot conversation gets brought up. And yeah, it'll probably even be on the same reasons on why he made a video on me. Himpleton starts blowing up for whatever reason, and then he's like, "Oh, let me, try to get something done out of this." Because yeah, it was like my thing is even when back in 2024 when I felt like that there were so many different times and opportunities that he could have made a video about me and stuff. He waited until I started blowing up off of voiceover videos, and then that's when he wanted to make a video on me and stuff. Then it was that later on that year, then when I called him out for being a pedophile, then he's like, "Oh, now I got another reason to make a video on too, so I'm gonna really be living off of this stuff." But then yeah, then he uploaded that Cinnambear video. And because I think he did have the video. It was either finished or he was close to finishing that video about me. And but yeah, once that Cinnambear crap happened, I think I remember he did have that call with Lyle Convoy, and Lyle has said that like just like leave him alone, like move on, bruh. And yeah, and then but I think he did say he still had that video, so that's why I'm like I did say that if he does upload that video, I will react to it. But yeah, it's one of those things where I guess like if he wants to have, like I said, if he wants to have a call, I'm like have a call with K Hug first, K Hug or the Op Block. Or both. Either way, I'm like, I want to hear the questions that they have for him, because he just seems like he's been like ducking and dodging them. Like he don't want to, because even with K Hug, she sent me she posted when she was doing the her reaction to this call. She showed me a screenshot of where she wanted to ask JustARobot a question that he just simply replied "F off," and I'm like, fam. What did you do to him? But I'm like, yeah, that's good. You upset him. I'm like, welcome to the club. I like that. So, but anyways, I'm like, yeah, it's one of those things where yeah, maybe that's why he said that, because I said that quite a few different times. I'm like, no, yeah, have a call with K Hug, have a call with the Op Block. Overall, I'm like, see what the questions that they have for you, because I just know it's gonna be some good questions and stuff. So questions where he ain't got answers to, but yeah, because it just seems like he tries to like like plan out stuff for like that's surrounding him, where he's like, okay, you can, yeah, this question, that's okay, this is okay, that's okay. Meanwhile, I just remember the 2 times when they were doing interviews with me about JustARobot. I was like, you ask me any question you want to ask me, talk on whatever it is that you want to talk on. I ain't got nothing to hide, so yeah, it's one of those things where yeah, because I feel like that there is like some hard-hitting questions that when K-Hug, when she interviewed me, and then there was another content creator that interviewed me. I don't know if they, because I'm waiting for them to upload their video, because they did say that they were working on a video about Just a Robot, and I don't want to like spoil it and have it where people are spamming them all like, oh no, we gotta see the video and things. So, but no, yeah, it's like there was another content creator that interviewed me, and yeah, I was all like, and that just, and it goes for anybody else. I'm like, I don't have nothing to hide. I don't have, like, if you want to ask me some hard hitting questions, I'm like, I got answers for all of them. So, anyways,
I just stopped chatting with the guy altogether.
Fair enough. That did remind me though. You've frequently said in like calls with Himpleton, for example, Chad Logic even. I think you might have even mentioned it in. No, I know you said it to Cope and Seed as well. You've constantly said that you are not going to make drama content anymore. Because it just you will end up repeating the behavior, is what you said.
Yeah.
Would you?
But I changed my mind because like at this point I think, well, what else do I have left to lose? Might as well come back to drama content, and I'm not talking about dramas involving me. I'm talking about like other dramas that like don't really involve me all that much. And every fucking drama channel who said I'm going to stay away from drama, from Destiny to what's his face, Tipster, they always come back. And like, what is drama content? Like, some could argue that some of my reviews would count as drama content.
yeah, but my thing is, like, with those two creators, I don't think they've been in the same position as you, and maybe they have, and I just don't know too much about them. But I don't think there's been too many people that have been in your situation where they defended a pedophile or predator or groomer, whatever you want to call the girl, and then try to like justify their defending, and then try to come back and make it seem like that, oh, it's just we got to treat this like it's just, like, oh, it never happened, it was just a figment of our imagination and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, man, get out of here with that. I guess at least for those guys, if they claimed, it's probably, yeah, because they're like, it just gets to a point where it's stressful, it's like you having to try to go through all of that and things. But him, on the other hand, Just a Robot, I just think that his channel is in the dying stage, so he's like, hey, whatever can help my channel, I'm gonna do it. So yeah, he's just in a desperate mindset right now, because anybody, I'm like, if there's content that brought me, because no, I mean, like, okay, so I think back on when I was a teenager and I made a video hating on Ray William Johnson. And yeah, I was like, I remember it was some of his fans, Ray William Johnson. It wasn't even like I had like it was a bunch of his fans and stuff. It was like maybe a few of his fans that were going off on me. And I realized my mistake. And I was like, never again will I hate on that man. And so I'm like, I'm trying to think. I can't remember what age I was. Was I 14? It was either 14 or 15. No, actually, I take that back, because I was like, I didn't start making talkative videos until it was like maybe 2011, 2012. So I probably was either between the ages 14, 15. I don't know. Maybe, I don't think I was 16. I might have been. Well, no, actually, no. I think I might have been between the ages of 14 and 15 and stuff. I think. But anyways.
And like, is it drama when the other person is responding? Like, where do we draw the line? So I just thought, you know what, I don't give a fuck, I'm just gonna come back to drama. And like, the main thing that brought me back, like the main thing that I was like, you know what, fuck it, I don't care anymore, was when people like were trying to dox my girlfriend. And it really does hit me after a while. It doesn't matter if you stop talking about drama, people are still going to talk about you. At least if I talk about drama, I at least can have the opportunity to defend myself like I did before.
I'm not sure I follow that logic. But personally, the way I see it is that you should just not make drama content. Because yeah, like as far as I'm concerned, especially if there's victims involved, or it's an actually serious like topic or whatever. Like, I've seen your most recent uploads are like iDubbbz or like Pirate Software and like Hassan, and like sure those are like very mainstream topics or whatever. But considering. Yeah, considering
that's the thing too. It's like, what other form of content can he do besides, like, I think he does like movie or TV show reviews or some crap like that. But it's like, okay, people ain't watching that, so it's like they're not watching your other content. And then there's the one content where, yeah, at one point in time it was benefiting your channel and stuff, but now that you can't do that content no more, what else is he supposed to do? He don't want to quit. So yeah, that's why I'm like, I just think that he wants to get himself to a point where he just destroys his career, and there's no point of returning. Like it's not possible for him to return. So anyways,
I feel like you've shown yourself to not be the best judge of character, right? So I don't know if you should be weighing in on those situations for your own sake, personally. But and also you have a massive audience, and so I don't know. It's I mean, not so much anymore, but yeah, you get me. It's a
when I had a massive audience, I would try to talk things out with people, and when I
no.
did that,
That's a flat out lie. He never tried to talk things out with nobody. Because the funny thing is, it's like I didn't start knowing that he because I remember it was, what year was it? I remember it was during the pandemic years where he had one of his friends reach out to me. And that was like the first time where one of his where I got like any form of a message where they wanted to have some sort of Discord call. Now I wasn't really in the Discord at the time being, but yeah, that was like the first time. And that was some years after the drama, because the drama between me and him started in 2016. So even that very first video that he uploaded about me, I ain't getting no DMs. I ain't getting no messages, no comments, nothing. All I seen was a video got uploaded about me. His fans were spamming it in my comment sections. So yeah, him saying that, I'm like, that's a flat out lie. Like you ain't trying. There's probably a lot of people, and he's probably just it's either people that are not on YouTube or they just don't have a big enough platform where stuff like what I'm saying is going to stick out. But yeah, overall though, it's like you won't be trying to reach out to people. Maybe now you try reaching out to people. But yeah, back then you definitely wasn't reaching out to people. It was like you either listen to me and hear what I have to say, or I'm gonna spread hate on your channel.
people accused me of like blackmailing them or threatening them, or they would hold on to the call only to release it when it was like most convenient. I think compared to me with a lot of other drama channels, like any complaint you can make about me, you can make about other people. Like a lot of other people have fucked up also situations with victims.
Okay, so let me just compare him to K-Huck real quick. And K-Huck, if you do watch this, I'm sorry for comparing him to you. You have the God-given right to punch me in the arm for making this comparison. But it's a comparison that's going to benefit you. But I know I shouldn't put you in the same conversation as JustARobot. But anyways, but so when the drama with, like the Cinnabear drama with JustARobot, after that had happened, I did, tell my side of things. I did make my videos. And when K-Huck was, wanting to, I guess, like interview me and things, she then started off by making a video attacking my channel, and then wanted to she reached out to me. She, I guess maybe I could, because I don't know if she would be comfortable with me doing that. But if I could, I guess, like improvise the conversation and stuff. It wasn't on no like disrespectful stuff. She reached out to me and was all like, "Hey, can I interview you talking about JustARobot?" I said, "Yes, sure." She interviewed me. The interview is still up to this day. And that was like the first time we actually had like a verbal conversation with each other and stuff. So, and not once did I feel attacked. Not once I felt like somebody was hearing me out on what I had to say. So yeah, the thing is this: if she don't like reaction videos, if she don't like my content, that thing is this: she's human. A lot of people, there's content out there that I don't particularly care for and stuff. But yeah, it's like if she were to say, "Oh, I don't like reaction videos that much." Oh, okay. Hey, it's one of those things. I'm not going to argue with you. You probably seen a reaction video that put you in a bad, like, I guess place when it came down to like what other reaction videos and stuff. So I'm not gonna take that away from you. There's content out there that I don't like. So yeah, I'm not gonna be all like, "Oh no, you have to like reaction videos, but I'm allowed to not like this content." That's just no. That's not. I guess to me, I'm like, it's pointless to have a conversation like that. But anyways, but yeah, it's like when she reached out to me, it was never on no like, "Oh, I'm gonna disrespect this guy. I'm gonna make fun of him. I'm gonna have my fans leave racist comments underneath his like." No, I had to say, Kayla, that's one community, her and her fan base. That's one community where I felt welcome. So yeah, it's always K-Hug. She's always going to get love and support on my channel and things, but. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's same way how JustARobot. It's like first interaction I had with him. I'm on the bus asleep, heading back from work. or heading home to work or from work. And yeah, I'm like, his fans are spamming my comment sections talking about, oh, Just a Robot made a video on you and stuff. And yeah, and it's like, you can see that first video he made on me. And then, so yeah, that's why I'm like, yeah, you don't be trying to, try to like hear out people and listen to them and help them and all this other stuff. I'm like, yeah, there's people that actually know you. But anyways,
all of that. Like just for example, Copen sees with the whole Destiny thing happening. Like if you saw that call he had with Willie Mack's show, he was like freaking out about it. He thought this was like the end of the road for him for a little bit there. And the way I see it, I had a pretty good record up until recently, so I'm just going to go back to doing what I used to do.
Okay.
He stays saying that, oh, I won every drama that I was a part of. I've done this, I've done that. And it's like, no, the only reason why you say that is because your fans were saying that.
Interesting. I mean, like I'm gonna be real. The thesis of my video is that I'm fine with you continuing to make content as long as it isn't about drama content, like drama. But yeah, I mean, you do you. I can't stop you from doing that. I'm just saying. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I think I get what you're saying. It's just it's not the drama content that screwed me over. It's the fact that things got leaked out, and the only time I've ever gotten like major backlash is when I spoke on like behalf of someone who was getting bashed and trying to find like be like really charitable with them, sometimes even like straight up defending them. And I'm just not doing that anymore. I'm just not like going to help anyone and at all pretty much, unless it's like they have the majority on their side, as is. Like technically I am going to be defending H3 in my video on what do you call it, Cruel World Happy Mind, but I'm not making the video saying give Cruel World Happy Mind another chance, because like I'm done with that shit.
Okay. So yeah. At one point, this is a little random question. You said at one point you said Cindy wasn't trying to hit on a minor; she was just gooning with a minor. How does that make it any better? Exactly. What is the?
It does. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. She's like, I think the only thing that makes it better is that like her intent. She's just so unbelievably retarded. But she's not. I don't think she was trying to get.
Mind you, this was the same person he wanted to recruit to have on like some super canceled team of content creators and stuff. So I find it funny, and I think the only reason why he has like this change of tone now with Cinnabar is because she was talking with people that he don't get along with. So, and then on top of that, she probably didn't want nothing to do with them. Like, yeah, there probably was a conversation where he brought that up and was all like, oh yeah, I'm building a team of creators and stuff. It's like the canceled Avengers. And yeah, if you want to be Black Widow and stuff, you have that position in this community. And she probably was like, no, I don't want to do that. And so yeah, it's something where it's like if that conversation did happen, I definitely think it was probably a situation where he realized that she wasn't going to be able to do anything for him. And so yeah, on top of like her like pretty much not in a position to help him in return of that defense video, yeah, he was all like, oh well, now I'm gonna change this tune that I have with Cinnabar, and now I'm just gonna say nothing but disrespectful things about her and things. So that's all like, yeah, or it's probably because it was like, oh, it's like you going to one of these VidCon events, like come up to my hotel room and stuff. She's probably like, no, I'm good. I don't date men that looks like Lord Farquaad.
With romantically, I don't even think Eno thinks that. Last I spoke to her, but she definitely like is so unbelievably retarded that she didn't know this was like a stupid thing to do. And whether I can murder someone without the intent to murder them, but I still murdered them at the end of the day. It's still like a fucked up thing I did. So like
what?
She's never going to come back. She's done. She's cooked for good. And while I was going to defend her in some regards originally, my plan was just to be like, look, she censored a webcomic herself, if that's true, because I still had to reach out to Jack and Eno and get their side of the story. This is something I am getting a little tired of, people constantly saying, well, you said this in favor of Cine, you said that in favor of Cine. No one can prove if that was meant to be my final draft of the video, because I did not expect Kumo to do that. I've prepared for everything that could go wrong on YouTube, except for that fucking shit. And then I kind of had to like double down on some things I said about Cine, because I didn't know what else to do at that point, because I knew people wouldn't believe me. Because I've never even heard of someone dealing with something like this before. I'd never gotten prepared for it.
Right.
it's this, it just when he says that, when Crust says that, when he's like, just a robot goes on his rumbles and rants about whatever, and Crust, he's just kind of sit there, just like, right. Like it's one of those things where I'm like, just a robot may not realize it. Maybe Crust don't mean nothing by it. Maybe, that's just how he talks. But at the same time, I just feel like that he's like, he sees you for who you really are. And that's why it's just all this stuff that you're saying. He's like, okay, anyways, moving on to the next thing. Cause yeah, I just think that if you actually know just a robot and know how he talks and know how he likes to carry himself, that's why it's like anything that he says, you have to really look at it as like, I don't know if he actually means that, but okay. Then yeah, that's why he was like, right.
So you have said numerous times, and even in this call and in messages to me, that the idea of you hitting on Cinny Bear was a false narrative that was constructed by detractors. But to be perfectly honest with you, it does seem as if you were trying to hit on Cinny Bear, and not just your leaked DMs, but also the call with her. Yeah, I mean, were you hitting on Cinny Bear in your interview?
No, I was not hitting on her. I'm just a casual guy. I talk pretty casually. I have been working on it, of course.
And the thing is this, myself, Crust, my neighbors, the people that I live with, I don't talk with them like that. Yeah, we have our sense of humor and stuff, but at the end of the day, I'm like, it's one of those things where I guess if it came down to where if somebody had put me in a position where I had to talk on a YouTuber that got canceled, and they're like, yeah, so you got to make this video, you got to interview them, just like how Crust is interviewing just a robot right now. Do you hear him making any inappropriate jokes and things? No, he's interviewing him. So that's why it's like, I just don't get, he's trying to make it seem like that all men talk like this, and it's like, no, we don't. There is not one message that you will find of me talking about, hey, you want to see make it seem like that you're wanting to send them nudes, and then yeah, you send them a picture of a chicken and stuff. So yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, nah, I don't, it's unless that's a girl that I am interested in, then yeah. But yeah, it's definitely based on his like track record of him talking about how he unkissed the Italian men, and then like, and everybody else, he seems like he's somebody that he's still trying to find himself, like, yeah, maybe he might be on some trapped in the closet type behavior or something. But if not that, then yeah, I just I just think that his how he talks to people, it's like, that's not a normal way of talking. If I could just sum it up, I'm like, it's not a normal way of talking to people. So he'll hear it from me, and he's just gonna go in the opposite direction rather than actually hearing out what I have to say. So yeah, I'm like, all right, my thing is this, because I'm like, well, it's no, you say that you talk like this at jobs, and then what happened? You got fired from those jobs. So that's why I'm like, you would think that, okay, you don't ruin your source of income because of how you talk. You would think right then and there that would be like, okay, I gotta stop talking like this. But he don't listen to nobody. So
as you can observe from this call, but like, people were even saying like I was trying to hit on like fucking what's his face Bo Blacks, and I was trying to hit on Hempleton and all these other people. And it's like, okay, do you think I'm just like, where's all my nudes? Where is that? Where are all my nudes? Where's me asking for nudes? Where's any of this shit? Like, I was not hitting on Cinny Bear at all. Had no interest of meeting up with her. Had no interest of gooning with her. Had no interest of even being friends with her.
Yeah, right. So would you not consider calling her avatar attractive and making want to see my cock jokes like flirting or?
Wait. What do you mean by yeah, right?
What? Sorry.
You said yeah, right. What do you mean by that?
I didn't say yeah, right. Oh no. Sorry. It's a yeah. I don't know the way I was saying it, I meant like yeah, right. Like I was confirming. Continuing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's one of those things where yeah, we at least I can say for myself, I'm like, yeah, I know what he meant by that. But yeah, it's more so talking on Just a Robot, where it's like, yeah, you know that you know what you were overall doing with Cinebear. That's why it's like, you could try to play that game like, oh, I didn't mean anything by it, and I ain't Like, yeah, right. So, like that's I'm like he might, yeah, I'm like, it's one of those things where I'm like, Chris, he's probably like, look, I'm trying to get this interview out, and I'm trying not to like make no mistakes and errors, so he probably won't like overall say that again, just to save the this interview. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, it's you don't have him convinced on who you're trying to be and stuff.
Do you consider? Yeah. Do you not consider calling her avatar attractive and like making want to see my cock jokes flirting?
No. Like, dude, almost everyone has an avatar that looks more attractive than they do in real life. I've only ever met one person, literally one person, who actually looked at.
My thing is, okay, so, and that's why I'm like, I just don't, I don't be paying attention to people's like profile pictures and avatars like that and stuff. But why is it that that's like that? Because he said that with Jaden Animations. He was all like, I don't find her attractive. I find her avatar attractive. It's like a what, one step up from a stick figure. Like, how? That's why I just, yeah, it's just his way of conversating with people. I'm like, that's, I guess for somebody that's you might be a little socially awkward, like you don't really be talking with people like that. Men don't talk like this, so if you're kind of like, you might be somebody at a young age, and then like like, I guess, like if you're getting ready to go into high school, or if you're getting ready to go to college, or whatever the case is, and things, you're thinking men talk like this. No, they're the weird and creepy men talk like this, but a normal guy, it's like he knows how to have a conversation and not have to say anything weird in the process and stuff. So I guess, like, I don't know, people probably ask me, well, how do I talk to women? And it's like, you get to know them, you get to I guess, like, understand them to a level where it's like, okay, now I can kind of open up, but have it where it's like I work a way around to who they are. And then yeah, I'm big on, like, communication and all that stuff. Like, I'm not just going to dominate the conversation and then be saying some like inappropriate stuff because, oh, that's how the macho man talks and things. I'm like, nope, I'm just a simple guy, not trying to, I ain't got no hidden agendas or anything. I guess I'm just at a point in time in my life, and you would think, because I believe JustARobot is older than me, you would think at his age that he would be thinking along the same lines, where it's like, okay, I'm not trying to, again, no hidden agendas or any of that. And so it's like, how could you just go into a conversation and just be normal? It's like not having to look into, like, oh, let me kind of test the waters, and if she's with it, then we'll go. Because I guarantee and I promise you, if Cinnabear would have said, no, I want to see the real thing, he would have, yeah, it definitely had been one of those things. He had been sitting with his girlfriend, probably watching Love Island or whatever show that be on nowadays, and he's just all like, grabs his phone, and he's like, I have to go to the bathroom. She's like, didn't you just come back from the bathroom like 35 seconds ago? It's like, you got to go again. And he's like, my stomach, the autism, it's traveling down. He just takes off right into the bathroom. Like, yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, to whoever his girlfriend is, I'm like, you definitely might need to reconsider the relationship. But anyways,
just as attractive as their avatar. Like, you're not going to have your avatar, if you're a fat guy, you're going to have a skinny avatar. Like, of course, like, I made even a video about this, like, saying, like, hey, like, we shouldn't draw porn of these characters, but there's no way to stop it. That was like the conclusion of that video.
Don't ask for it. Like, that's the part that just okay, because I was getting ready to get a little riled up, but my thing is this, because to go back to that Jaden Animations thing, he was trying to really defend that and be like, oh, there's no way of stopping it. Don't ask for it. Like, and that's one of those things where it's like, it shouldn't take her coming out saying, hey, don't do this. You should just have the respect for that person, their avatar, and whatever it is. You should just have respect to where it's like, you don't ask for that type of stuff. So if that's the conversations that you have with people, that's why you're in the position that you're in right now. Because I'm like, to me, I guess, like, if there's a content creator that I find attractive and things, it's like, okay, you find them attractive. that's it. That's as far as that conversation needs to go. I guess if anything comes after that, where it's like if me and that creator, if we're having conversations and then yeah, you know, if it gets brought up, then I'm like, oh yeah, I do find you attractive. But it's like I guess it's one of those things. I'm like, you don't have to worry about me asking for no inappropriate crap and things. I guess I'm going about this in the normal way where it's like I want a relationship. Like there's that like I guess like yeah, there's like two R words where I'm like it could come after whether if you go down my route or if you go down just a robot's route. So I'm like there's the one route where I'm like I'm seeking a relationship. Just a robot's trying to seek a restraining order, and I'm like fam, it's one of those things where I'm like I guess like you know trying because he might not be fully understanding it. So it's like how would that make you feel if people were asking for inappropriate art of your girlfriend? Because if that's if you were like oh I'm like then yeah I'm like then people I'm like cross that bridge with just a robot, you know, because it's one of those things where no, it's like he needs to understand that it's like you're not going to be right on everything that you're talking about, and if you feel yourself getting mad or upset at the stuff that I'm saying, I'm like okay, point proven, you know. But I guarantee and I promise you if somebody would have sent just a robot some inappropriate art of his girlfriend, he'll feel a certain way about that. So I'm like, that's how other people feel, whether it's Cinebear, Jayden Animations, or whoever else and things where it's like there's inappropriate art being made of them. So
But you said your main priority was to beat the simp allegations. Like, surely the claims that you're a pedophile or groomer defender are like a bigger priority.
I mean, it depends. Like groomer defender versus someone who wanted to sleep with a groomer. Like depends on who you ask on which is worse. And to me, like what mattered more was like my girlfriend. That's who mattered more to me, and I wanted.
she's 100% in the room. Like she's probably just you know laying down watching TV. She's 100% in the room. It's just he's mentioning her way too much throughout this call. I'm like it's one of those things where it's like it's not about your girlfriend. It's about who you are and what you got going on. Yeah, it's like if you want to you know like maybe if he had just probably just brought her up one time then okay. But it's like you know brought her up multiple times. Yeah, it's one she might have walked out, and then that's when he get to talking about other stuff. But she walked back. He was all like, "Oh yeah, it's about that." He like my girlfriend. I'm like, yeah, because I love her so much. And it's like, bro, stop it, okay? It's like talk as if she wasn't in the
To
room.
disprove those allegations. And I'm a very awkward guy. I was isolated for a lot of my life, so I have trouble speaking with people. And I have been, of course, working on it because I don't want people to assume I'm trying to hit on them or get with them or anything like that. Like my girlfriend, most girlfriends I've had asked me out first. My girlfriend, I only asked her out because a mutual of ours told me that she was interested in me. And like that relationship would never have happened if that
What?
mutual of ours.
I hold on. I'm like that's one of those things. No, now that's definitely him lying. I refuse to believe. Okay, you looking like the guy that shot Drake and Degrassi. A woman is walking up to you, and you look like the type of person that just starts sweating for no reason. It's 20 degrees outside, and you just sweating for no reason whatsoever. You don't exercise, you don't do nothing, and you just out there just sweating just to be sweating. I refuse to believe that a woman walked up to you first, and multiple women at that, and asked you out. Nah, that's one of those things where I'm all like, okay, now I'm gonna be that type of person where I'm like, I'm gonna need to see proof because there is no way possible. I refuse to believe that. I'm like, yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, I know, I refuse to believe. Did I just remember that that video that was going viral of him where he was talking about he was on a date with a black woman? I'm like, there's not one black woman in this world, okay, unless like they like something is wrong with them. But there is not one woman in this world that would look at you and be all like, yeah, that's a person that I can date. I think if anything's, they're probably trying to see how weird you are, but it definitely wasn't no date. Nah, there's no way about that. I'm like, that's one of those things where I'm just nah. You based on how you describe who you are outside of content creating, nah, there's no way. You seem like you stand funny. Like I no, there's just no, nah.
Didn't tell me that.
Right. Well, you like even in your most recent response video, it seems a bit bizarre to me that you are like super pedantic about whether or not Cinebear was definitionally a groomer. Especially if your main priority is to disprove the simp allegations. Like I think that's a large part of why people still hold the belief that you're defending Cinebear, like to this day.
I understand that. Like, on the one hand, I do think there is the possibility that her intentions weren't as malicious as people made them out to be. But on the other hand, it's like, yeah, you fucking sent a rape comic to a minor. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, you stupid fucking bitch?
Right.
It's like, I'm like, hey, how come? The thing is this: he didn't say that in that video that he made, the one that he posted on his channel. No, he's all like, oh, so he's like, well, how's the weather? How's it? He's just trying to have like a normal conversation with her and stuff. So that's why people call you a snake, because it's like you act one way in front of one people and then you act another way in front of somebody else. And I guarantee, and I promise you, if a call between him and Cinnabare were to happen right now, yeah, let's say they did like a 2-year anniversary of the Cinnabare video, and he had a call with her, he would not be talking with her like that. I guarantee, and I promise you.
Yeah. So, and to me, I'm still lost on what a groomer is, because everyone I asked about like what is a groomer, it's always a different answer. It's like asking a Christian to explain the Holy Trinity or asking a leftist to explain socialism. It's always I always receive a
How
different
do
answer.
you have a confusion on what being a groomer is? It's a person that's grooming a child into, doing stuff. Yeah, it's, and you would think that, him being a content creator, it's like, okay, how do you upload videos? All right, hold on for a second. Let me turn because I'm tracking a package right now. But no, but it's like, how do you upload videos? That's what I would like to know, because it's like you obviously have to go onto the internet, to upload content and things. So my thing is this: you have the internet access of looking up whatever it is that you want to look up. You don't know how to look up what is a groomer. Like, that's why I'm like, and this is somebody that's in his 30s, and I'm like, and you know how to upload videos, but you don't know how to look up the definition of stuff. If there's something that I'm confused by, guess what? Google, AI, yeah, whether it's Chat GPT or whatever and things. There's so many different, and then it's like the millions of articles and definitions and all this, and then situations where it's like you done covered drama. I'm pretty sure that you done had to cover some drama. If not, you've seen some drama of people also being accused of being a groomer and stuff. So that's why I'm like, nah, I don't believe that he's unaware at his age, and for as long as he's been involved in the internet, I refuse to believe that he doesn't know what a groomer is. Or it's like, okay, then if not that, then she's definitely a predator or a pedophile. So if you don't, then it's like, because there was also those names that was being attached to her. So it's like, what, you don't know what those mean either? That's why I'm like, man, I ain't hearing that.
Answer on how it works. And
But I mean,
if I don't,
sorry,
if in the case of getting a minor to be more comfortable with her fetish, yeah, she's a groomer. In the case of like getting with Eno romantically, I think it's possible that wasn't her intention. But again, what I was planning to do was to talk to Cindy, get her side of the story, and then talk to Eno and Jack, and also have a lot of help on this video because it was such a serious topic.
right. You want to build an Avengers game.
Avengers team.
Yeah, okay, sorry, got distracted. Okay.
Are you live right now?
No, I'm not live. I don't live stream,
Okay.
really.
What did you mean by Avengers team?
What do you mean by that? Because I just made a joke, because I thought you were talking about, like, getting a bunch of opinions on the... You wanted to look for a bunch of opinions on the video, and so I was like, you're assembling an Avengers team. Yeah.
Because I realized something about this wasn't making sense. And after digging into things more in the background, I found out that Eno sent the DMs with her and Cindy to Soph. And Soph was the one who sent them to Jack because they were like, hey, Jack, I think you should be concerned about this. And Jack's first thought wasn't, oh my God, my roommate groomed someone. Jack's first thought was, oh boy, how can I get money out of this?
Yeah, I've done a whole video on Birdie. I know about Birdie
Guess
a lot.
Guess how much money Birdie gave to Eno. Guess how much?
Wasn't it like none or something like that?
Yeah.
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 Okay, oh, actually, I'm gonna send you a message real quick, like a screenshot of a message in your DMs with Cindy Bear. Could you tell me what, this was before you messaged it? Or sorry, before you edited it?
More things to know from me. I need to know more things from you. Oh, I thought you were going to be able to help with that.
Do you see the edited part at the top?
Let me see. Let me zoom out.
It's like one of the first two messages.
Yeah. Want to VC? I just need a few more things to know from you.
Yeah. What do you
He
have
sent
any?
a message.
Do you have any idea what the what?
So I notice how his dyslexia it's on break right now. You know, it's dyslexia. It's like just sit there holding a ham sandwich, just eating it and stuff, checking. It's like, all right, you know, I should be going back to work here shortly and things, you know. But yeah, it's just it's funny how you know him sending messages and he's reading it no problem. But when people send you, or even with the documents presents itself about Cinnabare, and it's like, oh my, then it's like dyslexia is like, oh nope, right, they're like right back to work. I'm like, no, hold on for a second, let me, you know, start mix matching words and letters and all this other stuff and things. And it's like, yeah, bro, that's why I'm like, the stuff that he be claiming he has, it's yeah, if there's document proof that he actually has autism and dyslexia and all these other different things he claims was wrong with him, I'm like, you're weird. I'm like, that's something that's like, you don't even need to show me no documents of that. But if he were to come out and just say that he's weird, I'm like, I believe you on that. Like, no, you're definitely weird.
edited from? Like edited the message.
I don't think I do. This is like from over a year ago.
That's okay.
And I remember I was shocked when these got leaked. So like, why would I edit that one and not any of the others?
No, that's true. I was just wondering.
I probably just misspelled the word and went back to edit. It like I'm so dyslexic. Sometimes I write
And then
how
like
when
off
it
that's
means
like
my
off
word
its
too.
lunch break.
You did constantly mention your dyslexia. Do you not use like a reader writer or like a text to speech or something to go through documents?
I do. I do, but then it's hard. It takes so much longer just to write something out,
Right.
and sometimes I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes
You know, that's the thing. I remember him saying that it was, I can't remember if he said it took him 3 weeks or 3 months to make a video. I just remember there was the three. I just don't remember if it was weeks or months. But I remember he had no problems making a video about me. So that's why I'm like, I just don't understand, like, when it comes down to certain things, it's like, oh, it doesn't matter whether it's take a long period of time or not. But when it came down to that Cinnabare stuff, he had to have known like what she was about. That's why I'm like, I just don't believe that it's just, oh, I didn't read the document, so I didn't know what she was really about and stuff. There's people that could have very well told you. I'm pretty sure that there was videos being uploaded because I think she had got it wasn't like when he decided to make that video, like that's when she got canceled for that stuff. Didn't she get canceled like earlier in 2024? And then that's when he decided. So it's like you had all this time to make this video about her and stuff and work on the video and things. And then all of a sudden it was like, I'm pretty sure that there's videos that you could have watched. And I think the same day he also uploaded that video. It was like a shorter version of the documents that came out. But either way, it's like, fam, if you're trying to get a video done and you want to make sure that the video is done correctly, it will probably be best to use stuff that can help you with the video and not rely on your roommate to help you out and then put the blame on him when everything had went south. It's like, well, my roommate wasn't here, so therefore I couldn't read. Is the Just a Robot channel your channel, or is it your roommate's channel? Because last I checked, I guess for me, when I'm doing a video, I don't rely on the people that I live with, my family or friends or whoever, to help me out with a video. I just make the video. So
my
anyways,
dyslexia has saved my ass on occasions.
Boy, in
Like
what regard?
people will be like, want to join our group chat, and I'll be like, no thanks, I don't want to join your group chat because I'm not going to understand what's going on in there. So I just don't. It's too much effort to like go through everything.
Right.
And then like years down the line, I hear like, oh, fucked up shit happened in that group chat, and I was like, oh, thank God I wasn't part of that group chat then.
Right. I mean, fair enough, I guess.
Like Cindy offered me to join her group chat, which was the Cindy Bear Defense Force with her, Kumo, Romantic Goblin. I think there was one other person in there, and I said no. I was like not interested in joining a group chat like that.
Mm-hmm.
because you were building a team of your own. It's like we know that.
So it does. Okay. Actually, yeah. What motivated you to create an American History X review as your comeback video after 6 months?
I thought it was funny, and I wanted to talk about it.
Okay, fair enough, I guess.
How is a movie about racism funny? I don't even think. Hold on for a second. Let's just look that up real quick. Is American History? Wait a minute. History X a comedy movie? Wait a minute. I misspelled movie. Misspelled it again. Okay, there we go. American History X is not a comedy. It is an intense 1998 R-rated crime drama starring Edward Norton that deals with heavy emotional themes of racism, not neo-Nazi. Anyways, with yeah, it's like my brain ain't really braining. But overall, though, neo-Nazism, I think that's how that. Yeah. Anyways, regardless, we're gonna move on past that word. Violence and redemption. It centers on a former skinhead trying to stop his younger brother from following his violent path. And yeah, so that's why I'm like, how is that movie? I guess like because that just doesn't even seem. The thing is too, it's like the amount of times you've been called out for being a racist that you want to use this movie as your outro theme song and then want it to be your comeback video and stuff. That's why I'm like, yeah, he ain't beating the racism allegations with me. It's like maybe with other people, but it's for all the stuff that I dealt with. Yeah, bro, I'm good on I guess hearing that side of things. But yeah, he knows why he was doing that video because he was definitely trying to be funny. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's like on what you were I don't know. I didn't even care for watching that video of when he uploaded it, but I know that it wasn't on no stuff where it's like he definitely had a hidden agenda with uploading that video.
But I mean, you had received criticism for being racist, especially in regards to your like outro being based around the white supremacist rewrite.
A song from an anti-racist movie, a parody of a parody, if anything. I don't understand the allegation. I think it's stretching way too far to make a point against me.
I mean a parody of a racist parody because I mean it is I guess that is what you saw in American History X, but it is a like explicitly like white supremacist parody, the version that's in the.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
But I mean, the guy singing along is a skinhead.
Yeah.
But my parody of that parody was not racist in and of itself. Like my parody was debunking SJWs and feminazis too.
Yeah,
Like a friend helped. I watched a movie. I came up with the outro with a friend, and he came up and I said, "Hey, I think this would make a good outro. Let's change the lyrics." And me and my friend sat down together and worked on it. And I thought it would be a pretty funny intro. Like there's no
all the different stuff that he could have used, but it's like you decide to use and it's like why I find it weird. I'm not saying that, he's not allowed to watch the movie, but it just seems like that he was watching it. He wasn't trying to watch the movie just to, I guess, see what it was about. I definitely felt he was like, oh, I can relate to this movie, a movie about racism. He was like, oh, I'm a little bit of a racist. It's like, yeah, it's like a black person watching a black movie and stuff. It's like, oh, I think I can relate to. So I think that was the reason why he was watching American History X. He can relate to that movie, he ain't gonna do any of the stuff that because did the guy like curb stomp Edward Norton? Did he like curb stomp somebody? And what else? Yeah, I mean, it's a movie where I'll have to sit down and watch it one day. I just guess to be curious. Like with me, it's like I guess the difference between me and JustARobot is like I'll watch that movie just to see what it's about. He's watching it for all the wrong reasons. Yeah, so he can pretty much learn a couple of things in there. So, but anyways,
dog whistling here.
No.
It's just a cool intro I came up with. Well, a cringe intro actually, but I love cringe.
Right. Well, yeah, because I mean, Cope and Seeth has already talked to you about all this stuff, but there's a lot of other factors that kind of contribute to the sort of allegation that you're like racist or whatever. I don't personally give a fuck, but yeah, like the what I call it, like digital blackface, I guess. Where you're...
Yeah, it annoys me because the video is making fun of black supremacists. Like the character is a hotep while being simultaneously a black Israelite. That's the character I'm going for. And I'm making fun of black supremacy. I'm not making fun of black people. I'm making fun of black supremacy because, dude, black supremacy is fucking hilarious. Just look up Yakub. It's the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life.
I do know what Yakub is, but interesting. So you made a video about black supremacy?
Yeah, because that's where the digital black, quote unquote, digital blackface is from.
Yeah,
and I didn't think it was blackface. Yeah, and I didn't think it was blackface because it was like, well, it's not me putting black makeup on my face or even putting black makeup on my character. It's me having my avatar be black, which my artist thought that's what I looked like in person. And that was their guess. And I thought, I need to figure out what to use.
And that's the thing is this. You could just tell the difference between a black person and a white person, like with their voice and stuff. And I just remember when I had very first heard Just a Robot, like when his fans were sending me his video and stuff. I remember at the time I did watch like maybe a minute or two of his video. And yeah, I was like, that was something that never crossed my mind. I'm like, yeah, he's definitely not a menace to society watcher and stuff. Like he calls people a menace to society, but I guarantee and I promise you, he watches that movie and he's just like he it's like so the because for those that have never seen that movie, I feel like that with that movie, it's kind of like a message of like it's a hood movie, but there's like a message when like watch that movie. It's just don't go down a path like this where it's like if you got the tools and the resources of changing your life and getting out the hood and being better, use that. But if you continue, I guess like if you're trying to have, but it's you see it so often in like in real life where it's like there's that person that still has their foot in the trenches, and then there's that person that'll try to have like the other foot in the rap game, but then yeah they're trying to live that high risk lifestyle and stuff, and it just doesn't work out and things. I feel like that Just a Robot though, if he were to watch Menace to Society, it's either he's gonna be paying attention to stuff that doesn't matter, or he is gonna say something racist about that movie. And he's like, oh well, he's like this, he's like, it doesn't surprise me, how the black people were acting in this movie. It's like, yeah, he's definitely like, no, have him sit down and do a movie review on that, or Boys in the Hood, or I'm trying to think of some other black movies and stuff. Yeah, I'm like, dude, I felt like that's when he ain't gonna be paying attention to what he's saying because he's that dumb. But no, it's definitely one of those things where he'll say something where a lot of people will be questioning him. But oh, I would love to see him start reviewing black movies and stuff, because you already know he is going to say something racist in those videos. But anyways,
and that's what I used it for.
So your artist thought you were black in real life? Is that what you're?
You would be surprised. A lot of people think I'm black. Thought I was black in real life for the longest time.
Okay.
I didn't think that. You could just hear in his voice. I'm like, there is just black people. We have a distinctive way of talking. It's not us saying the N word in every sentence, but it's just like how we sound. I never once and I'm usually pretty good at detecting, whether a person is white or black or anything else and things. But boy, black people, oh yeah, you could definitely tell the difference between Just a Robot and a black person and stuff. That's why I'm like, yeah, it's like, I guess if and I really do wish that I would have went about content creation in a different way where people didn't know my face. But it's like, I guess like if there's, so you know what, actually, to any and everybody watching, right? Have my video play, but have it, but like, or call it like, get a friend, family, whoever, but have it where my video plays and then they hear my voice, and then have it where they hear Just a Robot's voice. Now, maybe with me, people might think that I'm white, but I highly doubt that there's anybody that's watched Just the Robot's videos and been like, you're black, right? No, and probably they said that because of the videos. Because wasn't there some videos of him where he said the N word or something like that? So yeah, it's definitely on some stuff where it's like, yeah, they probably seen those videos and thought you were black, and that's probably why he's trying to run with that story. And it's like, nah, any of your other videos, you were definitely not black. All right, so
yeah, you don't need to go into any specific details about the workplaces themselves, but have you been fired from your job in the past due to inappropriate comments in the workplace?
It's like,
so keep in mind, I was homeschooled all my life and isolated. So
what is that? What does that got to do with anything? There's a lot of people that have been homeschooled. They ain't get fired from their jobs because they out there asking women there, hey, do you want to see my privates or whatever? And then you're showing them a picture of a chicken and stuff. So that's why I'm like, or whatever it is. You mostly like, if not that, you had to say something equally disrespectful to where it got you fired. So that's why I'm like, nah, there ain't no. There's people that I know that were homeschooled, and yeah, they don't have like no social like weirdness going on and things. So that's why I'm like, I'm not hearing that. So anyways,
couldn't learn a lot of social skills growing up. And my first job, I did lose it due to some stuff I said. My boss wouldn't tell me what I said or who I said it to.
Right.
And then I went to Job Corps. I got a job in security. I kept that same job for over 5 years without getting fired. And I did that by not talking to people because I realized if I make a joke in front of a bunch of coworkers, 10 of them laugh, but one of them is made uncomfortable by it, they can just go to HR. And HR won't.
And that's one thing about it. I don't know. I guess maybe with me, it's like I went to public schools and things. So, but even then, still, I wasn't really all that talkative when I was like, if there was like kids that I was cool with, then I would be, talkative in the classroom and stuff. And if other kids chime in, then I guess like that's how I made my friends. But if there was ever a time where I was in the classroom and I didn't know anybody in there and stuff, I'm just sitting off in the area, kind of. No, I wouldn't say like sitting off by myself, but I'm just kind of like just not like, I ain't trying to like be the cool kid and things, but I'm just sitting there, just all right, somebody strikes a conversation with me, cool. If not, I ain't tripping about it and stuff. But as the years went on, I would have to say that I did get a little bit better at communicating and starting up conversations. But I was never a kid that started up a conversation. But at the same time, I never approached a conversation being weird. So when it came down to school, when it came down to work, when it came down to making friends with content creating, and even like with streaming, like the times where I've joined in on people's streams, I'm not saying anything weird. I'm not attacking who they are at, or the game that they're playing or their character. No, it's one of those things. I mean, like more so like their character of who they are, not like their character in the video game. But no, but it's like I guess like with me, I'm a little bit more respectful when it comes to conversations and things. And I'm not gonna. And I guess like if I do say something, and that's the thing too, I'm like, people, they came up to me. I ain't had people. I remember at my old job, there was this one girl. She was a customer, but she's made some comment. I can't remember exactly like word for word what she said, but she made some comment about content creators. And that's one of the things. I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. I'm not going to, no, it's one of those things. I'm like, if however you talk and that's how I'm like, then that's on you. But I guess like, yeah, getting back to me and how I carry conversations and stuff, it's like, no, it's just I'm respectful, when it comes down to that type of stuff. So I feel like, yeah, we all have like, I guess like our different ways of how we grew up and all this other stuff, but I'm not. And that's the thing too, where I'm like, there's even people that did go and have like, they went to public schools and they still talk like you, but then there's also people too that were homeschooled and they don't talk like you. So it's like, that ain't got nothing to do with your upbringing. That's just who you are as a person. So it's like, if my thing is this, you would think that at a young age, you would learn like, okay, the way that I talk, that needs to be changed. So whether I got to talk with people or whether I got to look it up online, again, you have internet access. Look up some stuff, but anyways, yeah, I don't believe it has anything to do with him being homeschooled. I just think that yeah, he's just weird and he's just trying to justify him being weird.
Tell me who was offended or what I said. So I thought, best not to even like joke around at work. I will just joke about this kind of stuff with close friends, not people at the workplace.
And I joked around with people at my job too. I guess with me is that because I did say that before. There was a friend of mine when I was in school where me and him, he was black. Just because I was getting ready to say like, no, we would say racist things to each other, and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, wait, no. So he was black, so he would say like racist, like black derogatory, but that was just our sense of humor. So yeah, we go see each other, we call each other. I don't think we never called each other the N-word and things. It'll be like there ain't no such thing as like PG, but it's like, because I feel like N-word, that's like taking it to another like level and stuff. But no, like if anything, we kept it in like because I think I called him a porch monkey, he called me a coon. I'm trying to think what else have we called each other. Yeah, that's, I think we'll just make like stereo type comments about each other too. Like if we were playing basketball, then it's just like, oh, typical. Then but yeah, it's like that was just our sense of humor and stuff. Now if it was a black person that I worked with, or if it was in another classroom, I'm like, okay, I don't share that. I don't know them like that. So I don't know if that's their sense of humor. So that's why I'm like, I'm not just going to assume and be like, oh, sorry, my other friend and us, we do that all the time. So I just think, no, it's one of those things where I'm like, I guess if you're good at reading people, you'll understand that everybody's sense of humor is different. So like, if you can't detect that or understand that, because yeah, at my old job, I never said anything crazy to anybody. I guess like, yeah, the only reason why I ended up having to leave that that place is because of COVID, and it closed down because I think there was like they had to sell the account, so it was like we couldn't even like the space that we had inside the building. It was we couldn't continue paying on it, and then eventually, they had to sell the account to the place. But yeah, it's just even one of those things. But just even how I with content creating, it's like after I guess I've known somebody, and then that's just our sense of humor where we'll act like we're saying disrespectful things to each other. Then yeah, that's just our sense of humor. But when it comes down, if there's a new streamer that I follow, I'm not gonna say that to them. So that's why I'm like, yeah, it's just you can't blame that, you know. So, but anyways,
I've never hit on any of my coworkers. I don't shit where I eat. Like, if you break up with a coworker, you're still going to have to see your ex at work every day. So that's not a fun thing to do. So that's why I never hit on a coworker. But I've noticed this, just to go a little bit off topic. Where are you even supposed to like hit on people anymore? You can't hit on them at work. Everybody on dating apps are crazy now.
I
Like,
mean,
I didn't really go to school, so I don't have.
why is he having to ask him that? It's like I guess it is. So his girlfriend must have left out of the room because it's like if you're in a relationship, you don't even have to worry about no a question like that being answered. So, but anyways, yeah, it's like it's one of those things where it's not so much as where you do it, it's how you do it. So obviously it's like you can be inside of a Foot Locker and things. And and it's one of those things where if the conversation goes far enough to where you know that she's not in a relationship, then you can hit on her. Now, I feel like it comes down to how you hit on her and stuff. So yeah, it's like if you're on some weird behavior where it's all like, hey, I ain't gonna say the actual word, so let's just clean it up, like keep it PG, but say the word chicken. But I'm pretty sure we all know like a similar word to it, but it's used in a more derogatory and a way where it's like sexual, I guess, But over, I'm actively trying to think of words when anything. But anyways, but yeah, my thing is this. I guess like if people ask me how would I hit on a woman, so like all right, scenario, we're inside of a Foot Locker, we're talking. At some point in time, she's all like, oh yeah, I just broke up with my boyfriend. He's not a shoe guy and things. So at this point, I'm like, oh, the invitation, it's being given to me. That I'm like, okay, I'm like maybe possibly because I feel like I feel like a woman, if she doesn't want to be hit on, it's like she either would lie and be all like, oh yeah, I'm in a relationship or whatever the case is, or just probably wouldn't even engage in the conversation with you. But or she'll just be like, yeah, it's either she'll lie and say she is in a relationship, or she'll be like, or I'm just not really seeking a relationship, whatever, or dating anybody, or not want to go on any dates. And it's like, oh, okay, it's whatever. So anyways, then yeah, you just continue on, whether with the conversation or just with life. But overall though, she puts out that invitation on for you to hit on her and things. You compliment her. You like talk to her like she's a human being. You don't talk to her like it's like on that black and orange website and stuff. No, you talk to her as if like it's a conversation that you would have if her parents was like right there with her and stuff. So yeah, it's like you say respectful things, So yeah, it's like compliment her. I guess get to know her a little bit and things, and then just be all like, hey, maybe we should hang out. It's like a good because that all malls. Because I'm thinking of if we were inside of a mall and stuff. I'm like, all malls have like those whatchamacallit, them like Cinnabon restaurants. So I'm like, yeah, let's come up here over the weekend, get a cinnamon roll or something. If she says yeah, that's a date. If not, then yeah, it's one of those things where it's you just I guess move on to the next girl, But anyways, or guy, whatever, and things, But yeah, overall though, then yeah, you go on more dates, get to know each other a little bit more. Next thing you know, y'all are in a relationship, married, kids, and then you looking back like, dang man, it doesn't even seem like it was that long ago we was on our first date. So yeah, that's how you do that. It's one that I shouldn't have to explain that to you at your age. If you were respectful, you wouldn't have to have somebody explain it to you. But anyways,
a high school sweetheart. Like, I'm always careful when asking people out. Like, as I said before, like my girlfriend, I only asked her out because a mutual of ours told me she was interested.
I mean, it is a bit harder in the age of information, the internet age, but it's still possible. I mean, I'm
Well, of course, I have a relationship right now,
yeah,
and I'm me, so that says something.
yeah. Yeah, so what's it called? Why did you make the second response video?
It was because I found that call with what's his face, Vincent Skullman. I saw what I said there, and I thought, okay, this got to prove it. And also, my first response, I was joking around way too much. People couldn't tell when I was serious when I was joking around, so I thought, okay, I actually need to take this seriously. I thought about things
Well,
for a
why
long
would you
time.
joke around with the conversation anyways? It's like, my thing is this. If I'm being cut, that's like, okay, so the stuff that him and his fans had called me out for, how would you guys, I guess, talking to whether you're a current fan or a former fan of Just a Robot, how'd that make you feel where I was joking around with the fake suicidal girl situation at the time when we didn't know she was faking it? But yeah, let's say that, I'm all like, oh, I'm trying to think of some. I don't even know how I can even joke around with something like that. But yeah, let's just say I cracked a joke in the middle of the apology video and stuff. People would be all like, "Oh, he doesn't take it seriously." So now it's like we got to look at you and think differently. That's what I mean by like it's just his brain is just backwards. It's like it's okay for him to say and do things, but it's a problem for other people to say and do the same exact stuff that he's saying and doing.
I'm going to just say what's on my mind, try to make things more clear, get straight to the point, and of course, make things shorter. And it just, of course, didn't work. Less backlash in the first one, but I don't think I could have made it any worse than the first one. Uh, the hardest part about all of this, though, by far, is that most people who watch my video don't actually watch it. They watch a live streamer giving their opinion on what they're seeing. Because around 2024, my numbers suddenly like started dropping really, really fucking fast. Like a lot of people are like, "Oh, Jar, your numbers fell because of the drama." No, it didn't. My numbers were falling before then. So I just don't have the numbers I used to like say my piece or whatever. And I think it was time to make a second response, but I'm never going to make a third one, unless, of course, like I have like actually, I'm not even going to say that. I don't think I'm going to make a third one ever.
Okay. Yeah. The what's it called? The uh, hang on. Yeah. Well, sorry. I keep getting fucking. I'm losing my train of thought.
That's fine, man. Man, it's a long call.
Yeah. I was gonna say. I feel like you addressed like pretty much everything in the first video. I mean so the second response video was just a redo to like take out the jokes and just cover the call that you found.
Yeah, and fix my wording a little bit, make because I want people to know that I don't do like the whole how they call it sleepy time calls. Like they think it's like a romantic thing, or I'm gooning with the other person. I hate that they're called sleepy time calls. It's not the name I picked for them, but I guess they are calls that happen around sleepy time. So I guess you could call them that. But I'm not never do them in a romantic way. I
I
never do.
I mean, look, I went and looked at the times on every single one of the calls he had with Cindy Bear, and every single one of them was either like late at night or had a message before or after mentioning sleeping. So it does look pretty damning. Pretty much every the only call that isn't was the call that you released. So the sleepy time calls is a pretty damning allegation, I would say. I don't know if you're beating that one.
Well, I'm trying to. It's just like it's hard because I don't have any of those calls recorded, and I
Well,
can't show people what happened in them, and she doesn't either. So it's like
so that's another thing. I mean, why? Like, if you're saying you're not trying to flirt with her or whatever, why are you building this personal relationship with her? Like, surely every single call you have with this person that you're making a
Yeah,
video
because it's something that he ain't saying, and it just looks really bad. Because yeah, like if I guess strap him to a lie detector test and ask him some questions regarding those the conversations that didn't get recorded. If he lies, then yeah, it's like we know that you were saying a little bit more. Because it's like, what could you guys possibly be talking about at that time? And I think this was at a time where he was living with his roommate. So unless his roommate had overheard something, and then he comes out and leaks out some stuff about Just a Robot and Cinnabare, then yeah, I guess we'll know an idea of what the conversations were. But yeah, again, with Just a Robot, he's big on proof and stuff. So I don't know, maybe if there was like a way of Discord, like if they recorded calls and then people be like, oh, that's an invasion of a person's privacy, then that idea would get shut down. So it's definitely something where I'm like, she probably won't ever come out and talk about it because it'll just look bad on her. Where it's like at the height of your cancellation, you're trying to have this relationship thing on the side, and then with Just a Robot, it's like you're trying to I guess like yeah, it's pretty much the same thing, you know, at the height, and then maybe not at the of his cancellation, but it's like, you know, at the height of somebody else's cancellation, it's like you're trying to use them for views, but then also trying to get with them in a romantic way, and that's all. I'm like, man, I just don't. Yeah, it's if we ever do get to hear what they were talking about, or if she ever comes out and says what they talked about, then yeah. But I feel like we probably won't never see that. Maybe she did. I don't know. But overall,
Should be
anyways.
recorded.
I get that. It's just I wanted her to trust me so I could get the information out of Jack and Eno, and I was planning to record more calls we would have later on because I wanted to look into this deeper than anyone else did. I really wanted to get to the bottom of what was the hell was going on here, because like I something just didn't feel right about this whole drama. It just seemed to blow up really quickly. Uh, and Jack being like, "Hey, I know my roommate groomed someone. Give me money."
No, it'd be crazy though. If Cinnabare, she did like secretly record those calls, and there was just all this stuff that came out about Just a Robot. I'm like, man, that'd be one of those things where it's like, hey, I'm not a fan of Cinnabare, but it'd definitely be one of those things where I'm like, hey, you gave us some Just a Robot content where I'm like, yeah, we now I feel like we can finally put that final nail in the coffin and just be like, yeah, you can go now, like Just a Robot, get out of here, skedaddle. But anyways,
I'm gonna spend on My Little Pony.
Yeah, that
Uh,
GoFundMe was pretty egregious. Yeah.
but I wouldn't. It takes me a long time to
Mhm.
feel romantic attraction to anyone, and I would not do that. Like my girlfriend knows me. A lot of other people have defended me, saying like, "Yeah, I know you, Jar. You say like weird shit, but I know you well enough to know you wouldn't do something like this."
and the funny thing is, I remember I had said the same exact thing with when he was trying to get me canceled and crap. I'm like, yeah, you guys have this opinion about me. I'm like, that's your opinion, but my friends and family, they're gonna say something otherwise. And I just remember his Just the Robots fans were saying that. And they're like, well, of course they're gonna jump to your defense. They're your friends and family and stuff. So I'm like, so what makes my situation any different from his situation? Because at the end of the day, that's not speaking for those that have, I guess, fall victim to your activities and crap. So that's why I'm like, you ain't gonna see no. If you see me doing a defense video for Just a Robot, it's either I'm under the influence of something extremely, you know, heavy, and or it's one of those things where I'm like, something is, if I'm not under influence, then something's mentally wrong with me. I'm like, I'm having a moment, you know. It's like, I don't know, maybe I'm playing football without a helmet, and then yeah, it's just, you know, the injuries, the head injuries just build it up or something. But yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, if somebody that, you know, I guess somebody like myself, where I'm like, we done had one too many run-ins over the year. If I come out and do a defense video, then I'm like, okay, then it's just, you know, maybe the stuff about Just a Robot that's being said is you know, like, I guess is lies. Like if it's sounding that way. But I mean, yeah, if it's your friends and family, then they're probably all like, okay, well, I'm doing this because he asked me to. So yeah, that's like, other than that, it's like, fam, don't nobody care what your I guess the people that know you, what they have to say. It's more so we're paying attention to those that know you in a way where what I guess what's being said about you, it's not incriminating, but it could get you canceled. That's what we're here for. The people, your friends, it's like, yeah, it's like, I guess like a line of their argument could help, but at the same time, it's not going to be as big as unless they can show like some actual evidence that, yeah, but it's like, I guess what's being talked about, there ain't no evidence that can defend that. It's like you're having weird conversations with people and you need to, I guess, stop doing anything. But this is Just a Robot we're talking about. He ain't gonna stop having weird conversations with people. You know, up until the day he leaves this world, he gonna still, old man gonna be having weird conversations. Probably gonna be 10 times worse when he's old.
I
So
didn't. I had no romantic interest in her. I wasn't trying to flirt with her. I really wasn't. And I know the more I defend, this is the worst part. The more I defend myself, the more.
Sorry, you cut out. Hello. You there? You sent a message. Yeah, I can't hear you.
I gotta pay that electric bill, bro. stuff just be shutting down on you. I'm like, that tends to happen. It's like I know people are pretty asking like, why you keep checking your phone? I'm like, I got some merch coming in, and I'm like, I'm just waiting to see when exactly it's gonna come in. So I do apologize. Just go ahead.
Can't hear me at all. Like, can you see me speaking? You can hear me. Can I hear you?
I think his internet went out, but he's still on
I can't hear
Discord.
you.
Unless it's like on, but how would that work? If it's like if you're talking on the phone, if you're using your the 5G or not, like you're at like the cellular data and stuff, then it wouldn't matter. But it's like if you're using your Wi-Fi, then it's like you wouldn't even be messaging him. Yeah, just you could tell he was definitely that kid in class where it's like the teacher is like, you know, if Johnny has 5 apples, then I take away 3. How many apples does he have left? And then he stands up and says Abraham Lincoln. It's like, bro, just get out of the classroom. It's like we need to end the wrong class.
You can hear
yeah,
me.
I can hear you now. Hello.
Yeah, but like, it is insulting to me that like, it does offend me that no one can find my nudes. I've never sent nudes to anyone, never asked for nudes for anyone, and all this other stuff. Like, careful, because romantic stuff is the main thing that gets like YouTubers in deep shit. And I've been like so careful with like who I hit on and who I talk to and all this stuff. And then suddenly DMs get leaked and people are like, and people hate me. So, and people don't like me. So of course they're going to come to this conclusion. And there's nothing I can really do to like completely disprove it.
I don't think it's necessarily about people disliking you. It's just an extraordinarily easy conclusion to come to based on the evidence that's available. For example, I mean, this isn't even with Cinebear, but in the instance of Melly Malware with VidCon, I recall you saying that you did mention just joking at the end of the message where you asked her out to drinks, right? But you then followed the message saying, "Did you see my last message?"
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that seemed kind of like.
Why did he? The thing is this: like he can't, I guess, process an answer good enough, so he's just kind of panicking. That's probably why it's like, I would love to see a Discord call with just next time he does a Discord call, turn the camera on. We know what you look like. There ain't no reason of hiding it, and it's like turn your camera on so we could just see you. And because it's just you hear his voice, and it's just you just think, oh, okay, maybe he's just sit down thinking. But no, it's like we will see the, I guess, the panic in his face where it's like you ask him a question like that. Again, he's like I say, he strikes me as somebody that just sweats for no reason. This man probably looked like somebody just like did the ice bucket challenge on him or something. It's like, yeah, bro. It's just that I'm like the silence and then the like it's just he's wanting to say something, but he knows that it's not gonna be good. So
because she responded to what you said, and then you said, "Did you see my last message?"
Yeah, like, do you find it funny? Like, I understand now that like I have to be careful with jokes like this. That's why I have been trying my hardest, my darndest, to change and avoid another situation like this.
But how is that a joke? Like I don't know, because I'm like I'm trying to think like on some stand-up comedy stuff. Like obviously you ain't gonna go up there and ask, well, yeah, because it's just you, it's a form of a question. I mean, like, yeah, I guess there are some questions out there that can be a joking question and things, but I just don't understand like how that's a joke. Like I think like if you ask somebody that and then they say yeah sure, then it's like what do you say, oh, I was just joking around or something. Then it's kind of confusing to them because it's like, well, how is that a joking question? It's like a pretty direct, just normal question to ask and things. But yeah, I just think that if but yeah, even the other one where he was all like, oh, or no, wasn't that the same one? He was all like, go up to my hotel room and have some drinks or something like that, or if it was separate. But either way, regardless, it's like if she says yeah, then it's like yeah, it's one of those things where him being a man, it's like yeah, he ain't gonna turn down that offer and stuff. And so yeah, so I'm like yeah, bruh. It's one of those things where because he said that with Cinnabar, he was all like oh yeah, he was like well as a man, you're automatically attracted to women and things, and it's like that's so I'm like yeah, I guarantee that Mally Malware, it's like if she would be like oh yeah, I'll go to your hotel room and things. Yeah, it's one of those again with his girlfriend either being in the area or having a conversation with him. I guarantee and I promise you, he'll be all like, "Oh, I'm going to be away for a while." Like he's trying to like actively come up with some stuff, but yeah, I like it's. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a situation. I'm calling it where his girlfriend she's going to do a tell-all video about just a robot, and it's really going to be bad for him.
Because I knew not to say them at work. I would avoid coworkers to not make those jokes, and then now I have to be careful online as well, because of the conclusions people will come to. Like I know you say it's an extremely easy conclusion to come to. I disagree. I think under different circumstances. I mean, just look at Kumo. Oh, he called her sweetheart, and people were sweeping for him left and right, saying, "Oh, well, that's a common Southern thing to say to women." And I was like, "No, it fucking isn't."
No, I never. The moment that I saw fucking Kumo's DMs, I knew that guy was also a simping. Okay, like I think you both are in the same boat, to be honest, in that regard. But
The difference is, I believe I'm innocent. Like I don't, like
Yeah, you believe that, but does the rest of the internet believe
I
that?
know people will say you're just making yourself look more guilty by saying you're not, and it does come across as me being defensive. I know it does. I just wish people believed me when I said no, wasn't interested in her at all. Because the main thing that insults me is that like I love my girlfriend to death. Like I was getting ready to move in with this woman. I love her to death. She is fucking hot, dude. I would never. I'm not gonna do better than this, dude. I'm staying with her.
I, yeah. I mean, I wish you guys.
It's like, what does that have to do with anything? It's like, are you trying? My thing is this: are you trying to save? Because what I guess that would be my question to just a robot, and I feel like it's a pretty normal question to ask because however you answer it, you are gonna have to, leave one or the other, So, but what matters to you the most? Your girlfriend or your content creating career, because I feel like right now you're in a position where you are going to have to get rid of one or the other. If you so-called claim that you love this woman to death, you are going to have to leave your content creating career, because I feel like so I guess like if you feel that you don't need to answer that question with me, then how would you respond if your girlfriend asked you that question, where it's like she can see that content creating is destroying you and she's giving you a choice? It's like you either ditch the content creating life behind, and then you focus on our relationship, and you focus on bettering, because like if you, let's just say all the tools to better yourself is where your girlfriend is at, then fam, go down that route. That seemed like that would be good for you. But if you're willing to throw this good relationship away just so you can make some YouTube videos, and then it's like you just for some reason forgot like where those videos led you in the first place, yeah, it's like you don't care about your girlfriend. It's like you make it seem like that you do, but it's like yeah, she's giving you late night favors that you can't get from Mally Malware and Cinnabar, then yeah, it's like it's one of those things where I just yeah, like I said, I think that before I get too deep into that part of the conversation, I just think that his girlfriend, she definitely should bring that up. Like between me and content creating, what would you choose? So yeah, I'm like however he answers it, then yeah, then she needs to put it to the test. But anyways,
That sounds good. But I was going to say it does seem to me as if what your main motivation behind like pretty much all these responses, where your as you said, your main priority is to beat the simp allegations, is basically just
I understand.
to it's driven by the desire to not ruin your relationship, is what I'm gathering.
Well, of course, but like my girlfriend and I have talked. She doesn't. She knows how I've talked to other people. She knows like I wouldn't cheat on her, especially with someone like Cinny. She knows that Cinny, again, herself.
so all right, so I'm like, if let it be somebody that's more attractive to your than your girlfriend, and she's coming on to you, how would you respond to that? And I'm like, and it can't be on those stuff where it's like, oh well, I'm a man, I'm gonna react like how a man would do. If that's the case, then I'm like, yeah, I guess however that situation goes about, I'm like, to whoever just a robot's girlfriend is, highly doubt she's watching this video. That would be crazy if she was watching my videos on the side or something, but But yeah, I'm like, yeah, just a robot. Check her watch history. But anyways, but yeah, it's definitely one of those things where I'm like, if that's something that has to be, so you would think that you wouldn't cheat on your girlfriend with anybody, but obviously it sounds like there's some contenders that she has. So yeah, it might not, I guess be a long lasting relationship, But
I think
anyways,
it was a pass. So from where I'm standing, I'm like, everybody seems to be like the people who matter most in this conversation seem to be all in agreement with each other. And I understand it's funny, like the idea of me throwing everything away just to get into a predator's hands. I get it. It's funny. It's funny as fuck. But it's not true, and it's at my expense. And I understand that the more I defend myself, the more I deny it, the more people are just going to push for it. Man, that sucks. And yeah, that's kind of the boat I'm in.
Right. I mean, to be honest, I think I might have some more because I still have a little bit to like cover in my video. But so I mean, I doubt we'll need another call, to be honest. I think I covered pretty much everything I was wondering about. Is there anything in particular you want to add?
How's it? Call about to end right now?
Let me see. I think there was a question we didn't go over.
Oh, did I miss something?
Yeah, the Kumo thing. Kumo claimed that you have fabricated allegations.
True. Actually, I did want to ask about that. Kumo claims that you had fabricated. Oh, fuck me. Kumo claimed that you have fabricated allegations against yourself in an attempt to create some sort of immunity for potential future allegations. Is there any merit to this thought?
No. I like, dude, the guy thinks I was trying to rape City. Like,
right.
Like he fabricated those allegations against me. And
it is funny how like he said that early on in this video, how he brings up old stuff, and it's like, talk on what's being asked now, answer the question right now, but it's like you're bringing up something that you already discussed. So that's why I'm like, I think that's what Crest, what he overall meant by that. But yeah, it just JustARobot, his brain ain't gonna be able to process that. Like, he says things and does things, turns around, and then I guess forgets all about that stuff. And then that's what he's just, he's bringing up the same thing that just like that was already said before. So it's like, fam, okay, talk on something else.
Is the whole prior poorly photoshopped grooming allegations Chaos 55 teammate about me, but I didn't make those, and I couldn't have made those because unless of course I had help. But I'm dyslexic as fuck, and the person in those DMs has like perfect spelling, and they're using emojis, and I like never use emojis. Like, I have debunked, huh?
That's okay, go.
Yeah, like Kumo, when he first saw them, he was like the only person, aside from a few others, who thought they were real. And when he confronted me about it, I just said, dude, my video is going to be about this, going to be out in just a few more days. Can you just like wait? And when Kumo thinks you're guilty of something, he's going to think you're guilty forever. And I kind of find it funny that people act like I'm a self-reporting dumbass, and they also think I'm a super smart guy who's manipulating everyone on puppet strings simultaneously. Like, which is it? Am I this super smart genius who figured out, yes, I will fabricate these allegations against myself as an overshield, or whatever I'm doing, or am I this like really stupid guy? Because you can't have them both be true simultaneously. I'm not George.
So I would say, if I had to describe, he's a very stupid genius, and I say that because like he goes about things in a way where, no, that was a good stretch. But anyways, but yeah, he goes about things in a way where it's going to benefit him. He just doesn't think of it long term. So I guess like if I could bring up me and his situation, that yeah, at the time being, it was good for him that I was that his fans were hating on me and disliking, leaving hate comments, making videos, all that stuff. It was good at that point in time. But then fast forward, now it's this situation, because I guarantee and I promise you, if he never would have made videos on me, if I never would have known who JustARobot was, I probably wouldn't even have known of this situation. It's one of those things where if it's brought up to me, then I'm like, yeah, I probably would have made some reaction videos on it and stuff. But we have history. There's things that I can talk on. There's things that you're going to lie to people and say, oh, I don't mean it like this way or like this. I said this or I did this and all that. But then you have people like me where I'm like, I might not know him like personally, but at least I know a little bit of him content creating wise. So if he claims that, oh, this is a lie, it's most likely not a lie. If he says that this is the truth, it's most likely a lie. So that's why I'm like, yeah, I guess that's why I would say that he's a very stupid genius because yeah, that's I guess like when it comes down to that, like he might have like a genius plan at first, but there's gonna be a lot of stupidity that follows afterwards. So, anyways.
Bush.
Well, I mean, whether sorry, keep going.
Like, do you think they're real?
What, fabricating allegations against yourself? I do kind of find it weird how you seem to encourage like the sexism and racism allegations.
What do you mean encourage them?
Well, like you bring them up all the time. Like in the call with Cindy
Yeah.
Bear, for example, you're like, at least call me racist, or at least like, yeah.
No, I said I don't want to be racist jar anymore. I want to be sexist jar.
Yeah, that's right.
But that's not. But those are not things I'm fabricating against myself. That's not like with those photoshopped DMs, those really poorly photoshopped DMs. He
You say he's not fair. So is it true? Are you sexist and racist? I mean, like that's again, I'm like a very stupid and dumb, but like it's like he might have like a genius plan at first, but then it's stupidity that follows afterwards.
not he, but she. That's Chaos and her friend roommate. They made those against me.
Okay.
And
I don't know what you're talking about, to be honest with you, but
okay, then I don't have any idea what you're talking about because that's the only thing I can think of that Kumo might be talking about.
well, Kumo said it. I don't fucking know what he's talking about. I was just asking you.
Okay, well, that's the best guess I have because when Kumo thinks you're guilty, he's going to think you're guilty forever. It doesn't matter what you do. He has this like really big hate voter for me for the longest time, and he's just a very odd and quite disturbing individual in my opinion.
Yeah, don't worry. Don't you worry about that. I cover him in a little segment in this video, and I conclude he's worse than you. Although I do have a lot of issues. Like I probably won't bother putting this in the video because I'm saying it in the video. It's like my criticism of you or whatever. But essentially, like, yeah, I mean, actually, I will ask you this actually. This I will probably put in the video. So in regards to that, like, aforementioned, you know how I started the conversation by basically asking how you mentioned you developed a hero complex, or whatever. And you said somewhere along the lines of you wanted to be a firefighter when you were like younger, and of course you want to like help people, whatever. But I was more referring to I think it's in the Cope and Seath call. You lay out a whole this whole list of like 5 women that you've basically gone in on like dramas for, and like defended them from dramas, like Hopeless Peaches being one of them, or like Cindy Bear obviously being another, and I think you mentioned like Toby or something, Majestic or something. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, like Princess Elizabeth is probably the first example.
That's right. You mentioned them as well.
I just think it sucks when like there's someone standing alone, everybody's against them, they have like no hope out of this. And with the Toby thing was like not initially my idea. Like other people kind of dragged me into that one, but even with the Cindy Bear thing, I just wanted to get on her good side, and then after that, I wanted to talk to Eno and Jack. Get her side of the story, then talk to Eno and Jack, remake the video again. I had this whole thing planned out. I know I've repeated this like a gajillion times already. I'm not trying to put all the blame on Kumo because I was the one who panicked and uploaded what I had, not knowing what to do at that point. But yeah, I have helped out people in the past. It's just everyone I helped out, aside from Princess Elizabeth, like, okay, I helped out Spockter. He did stupid shit and then quit. Peaches did stupid shit and quit. Why even help people? Like, I don't gain like it. I do get that level of endorphins, like that feeling you get when you do the good thing, but then they do stupid shit, bad shit, and it's like, well, what was the point of this? Like, I helped out someone who was probably a bad person from the start. Why even do this at all? So like, yeah, I kind of don't want to help people, like at least not like how I used to. If I want to help people, I guess I'll donate some of my money privately to like a third world family or some shit. Probably go a lot further with helping those types of people out.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, like more broadly, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, I think you basically answered the question, but more broadly, would you say would you have gone and defended like Cindy Bear if it wasn't for your experiences in like the Hopeless Peaches or like Spockter dramas and shit like that?
Well, I'm going to repeat this again. The only thing I was going to help her with, if she was telling the truth, was like, hey, she censored it herself. It's still bad, but less bad. Like, killing 5 people, that's bad, but only killing 4, less bad, but still bad. That was the only thing I was planning to defend her on, but I was also trying to get into contact with.
It's one of those things where it's like, do you think if okay, so let's just say this much. You go into a house, right? And let's say, okay, so let's just say you go on 2 killing sprees, right? You go in one house, you kill 5 people. You go in another house and you kill 4 people. You go into the one house to kill 5 people for whatever reason you have put up in your head, but there's 5 people in the other house too, but you only kill 4 of them because let's just say, oh, one of them was subscribed to your YouTube channel or whatever and things. It doesn't matter whether it's more bad or less bad or medium bad or easy bad or hard bad or it's one of those things where it's still bad. Yeah, you went into a house and you didn't kill one person for whatever reason you have made up in your head, but it's like it's still bad regardless. It don't matter whether it's less bad or more bad than the other. It's still bad. You killed innocent people for no reason. So that's why I'm like, man, it's just the stuff that he says at times. I'm like, this is where the stupidity comes in. It's like, what are you even talking about now?
Jack and Eno, and I'm tired of people, including you, constantly leaving that part out.
What do you mean?
Like I was like, okay, Cindy, here's the next draft of the video. Have I gained your trust? Awesome. Can I have the contact information of Jack and Eno? Thank you, Cindy. Now I'm going to reach out to these people and get their side of the story. Oh fuck, Kumo leaked out my video. Oh fuck, I panic uploaded what I had. I've never even heard of someone else being in this situation before.
I definitely don't leave any of that out. I don't know what you're talking about, but
but you keep asking, like, would you have defended Cindy? Like, you defended Cindy this, you defended Cindy that. The thing is, that wasn't like the intentions. Like, especially when you hear me
seeing as somebody that's like, if you have something to hide, stuff like this wouldn't even be getting talked about. So yeah, there's definitely more to the story between him and Cinnabear and stuff, and he might not ever come out and admit to it because he knows it's going to make him look more, I guess, yeah, in his situation, that yeah, it's like it'll make you look more bad than whatever was going on beforehand, or I guess how people were viewing you. But I guess like any other situation where it's like, I guess like people wouldn't even be really looking at you. Like, yeah, if it's just somebody interviewing you based on whatever and stuff, it's like, yeah, you ain't gonna be talking like this, like, well, I'm tired of this question being asked, I'm tired of this, I'm tired of that. So it's all like, well, what is it that, like, I guess that bothers you so much with that question, because it's like, I'm saying, if you don't have nothing to hide, if you didn't do anything wrong, then fam, you don't have nothing to worry about, But I just think that, yeah, there's definitely some stuff with him that he needs to worry about. And he just, like, I guess, like, I don't know, he's tired of worrying about it or something, maybe, but I don't know. But
talk to like Vincent Skullman.
Okay, you can say that, but like as I said, you've been pedantic about the grooming label, and also on top of that, there's the sorry, I lost my train of thought, but there's the yeah, I mean, yeah, there is just the fact that, like, you got rushed by Kuma, but the end product you did release was a very pro Cinnabear video.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
And so it doesn't really necessarily matter what your intention was, because you did end up posting that as the video. That is the video that went live to your audience, right?
I know. I didn't know. It was very stupid of me because I just thought, okay, I'm just going to post this. And then when people ask about it, I'll just say, okay, look, this wasn't what I was going to post. Kumo did
so
that,
why post it?
And I didn't think I had any chance of like reaching out to Jack and Eno after he did that, because I knew Jack and Eno were watching his video. And then I thought, I thought when he posted that video, fuck, no one's like, I can't like walk back on this now. Like, no one's going to believe me. And if you don't want to believe me, dude, I'm going to be real here. If you don't want to believe me, that is fine. That is fine, because like I can't 100% prove it one way or another. And you saying like it doesn't matter, to an extent, I do agree with you. That's why I reached out to Eno, because of how my video affected her, and I apologized.
Yeah. But also, I do actually kind of want to ask, why did you want to reach out to Birdie? Like, what was the point of reaching out to them? Like I get you wanted to get their side of things, but couldn't you still make a like video that was negative to them by just like looking into the story?
It's because people were complaining that I don't reach out to people enough in my past like drama videos. They're like, oh, you should have reached out to these people and get their side of the story. So I was like, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna start doing that now.
But that's the thing. Do you care for their side of the story? That's probably why people would ask you that, because it's like you portrayed that a lot, where it just seemed like you didn't even, whatever side I guess benefited your video from, to blow up and get views and all this other stuff and get your subs up, then okay. But if that's the case, then it's all like, okay, well then where were my interviews at? Where were my questioning at? It's like, no, you just only wanted to, I guess, control the conversation to where it benefited your video and stuff, and then you came out as the good guy in the whole situation. But other than that, it's like, yeah, there was things that you left out. There was things that you like blew out of proportion. It's like, yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, you watch the videos, it's like you definitely have to ask the other side, like, okay, well, what's your input on the whole thing? And yeah, because my thing is this: if what I guess, like, talking on our situation, if what I needed to say didn't matter, then it's like people wouldn't be interviewing me and they wouldn't be asking me about my own experience with them and stuff, or even saying like I didn't deserve any of the crap that you put me through. But it's, when you see those conversations and things, and it's like, okay, then his side of the story actually does matter and stuff, and it ain't got nothing to do with views or any of that stuff. Because at the end of the day, I'm not gaining any views from any of this. I'm not getting any views and subs from doing this video or any of the other videos and stuff. I guess with people, if they're looking into, just a robot, and then there's just a lot of unanswered questions and stuff that's not being discussed and talked about, that's why I do the videos. At the end of the day, if I don't get any views, cool. If I do, cool. But yeah, it's like, as long as one person watches the videos and then they're like, okay, now I got a better understanding of just a robot. But I feel like a lot of the times, like, people will overall, I guess they would, it's not even somewhere it's like you need, like, I guess, to watch my videos. It's like, I guess if you can see like like two sides to a story and things, then yeah, then it's like, yeah, then that a lot of the times it's just a robot. He's most likely trying to make himself look better, or he's just lying. So
I realize why. If you want to know why I didn't do it to begin with, I think this is a pretty good reason for it. Not doing that shit anymore. I'm done with it. I don't give a, like, no other drama channel pretty much does that. So like, you can't expect me when pretty much no one else is doing that.
Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, like, I tend to.
You're reaching out.
Yeah, I tend to reach out to the people I'm talking about, but they rarely ever respond. So, I mean, you have responded, so I had this call, might as well.
Yeah, this is something I've noticed. Like, people will reach out to me, and I will like pick up the phone and talk to them. And I know it won't go well for me. I know maybe I'm just being stupid here, but I sometimes it does go well. Like, there are some people who say like, yeah, I'm totally on your side. I want to defend you, but I'm too scared to. And I'm like, that's fine. Totally get it. And with you, like, I know you're going to get some money out of this.
And that's the thing where it's like, if your friend didn't do anything wrong, you wouldn't be scared to defend them. That's why I was like, I just think that the people that he's talking about, they know that he did something wrong, and they probably to an extent want to defend him, but at the same time they're like, well, what could I possibly say that can defend him? Like, what could I possibly say or do that can put him back in a good stage with his content creating career? Because there was people that I seen that he would hang out with a lot throughout our drama, and I'm like, I'm not seeing them jump to his defense. And it's like very few. And the funny thing is, I think that when it came down to when all that stuff was happening, and then I start having an opinion, they just only wanted to talk on what was going on with me. But I'm like, fam, yeah, if you want to talk about what's going on with me, at the end of the day, like I said, I ain't got nothing to hide. I feel like a lot of stuff it's already been discussed and talked about, but there's so many different areas of just a robot where it hasn't been covered yet, and I'm like, we need to talk on those things. So, but yeah, it's just funny that when I just remember it was one of his fans, just the robots fans, like when I had started, like, oh yeah, this is my experience with them, and they were trying to like control the conversation, and I'm like, no, that's not going to happen. You guys have been controlling the conversation at the time for 8 years now. It's my turn to I guess, have an opinion, and for it to be heard and listened to. So yeah, it's like, if you guys want to have a guess a right or a say so in the conversation, you come up with your own YouTube video, and you guys was doing it for all these years, while all of a sudden now you guys want to be all hidden and mysterious and not want to make no videos and stuff. Yeah, because right now it is probably not best to be making just a robot defense video. Vincent Martin can answer or talk about that for you guys wise. But yeah, overall though, I'm like, it's one of those things where it's just his fans, and I feel like that. Yeah, with creators like Crust or anybody else, where if they have like a lot of people paying attention to this, yeah, it's like you ain't gonna see the same treatment that I got with those individuals. And it's like, if so, then and it's that's the thing where it's like I guess they're trying to control the conversation with me, making it seem like that Just a Robot is in the right. But it's like, how is he in the right? Are you hearing something that he said in a video, or is like, did you notice something or have evidence to showcase that he's in the right? But yeah, it's like, I just think that with with other creators, they ain't gonna have that same conversation, because yeah, there probably is to a certain point, they are probably scared, but they know that Just a Robot is in the wrong, and so that's why they're all like, well, we can come out to his defense the best that we can, because there's nothing that they have on Crest, there's nothing that they have on the Op Block, there's nothing that they have on K Hug or anybody else that's made videos on them. And if they do, then they're like, oh well, you did this, and that's the only conversation that they can have. But other than that, I guess like anything that's new or stuff that hasn't been talked about, then yeah, it doesn't get talked about. But other than that, I'm like, yeah, if it's people that I guess they have some history with Just a Robot, then they're like, oh well, you did this, you did that, so you don't have no place to judge or talk about. And it's like, yeah, we ain't hearing that.
People are
So
gonna react to your video. People are gonna say like, hey,
Maybe, I don't know. I haven't uploaded in like 5 months. The video could just die on release. I don't fucking know.
It's Jar Tent, man. It's gonna like get
Maybe.
the eyes on it. But when it comes to me, the longer and longer I've done like videos on YouTube, the harder and harder for me it has been to like figure out how to do the right thing, how to make everyone happy. And sometimes you have to go with one way or the other. And I know it sounds like an excuse, this and that, and it's a really rough situation I'm in. And if I, huh?
Sorry, keep going.
Yeah, if there's one video I wish I never even got started on, I wish I never ever even started on the first draft of this anything. This was too serious of a situation. I didn't expect things to go wrong like they did, but it was my decision. It was my decision to get involved, and I'm facing the consequences of those actions. And
but what people were saying though was that the first video that he did, that was more so attacking Cinnabar and stuff. So it's like, if you would have just stuck with that video, that it wouldn't have been. Because I'm like, fam, I didn't even need to read the documents, but it's like, I just heard what was going on, and I'm like, oh, that's wrong. And she ain't trying to deny it. So I'm like, okay, that's how I look at a situation where it's like, she yeah, most likely the stuff that's being said against her is true. And but yeah, I'm not gonna do no video where I'm like, well, what she did wasn't all that bad because it was censored. Fam, it don't matter whether it was censored, not censored, or even if it was just a worded conversation and stuff. You still shouldn't be having no conversation like that with a minor. So yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, maybe if that's how you were gonna go about the video, was like you just wanted to defend it. Because I guess like, what would the conversation have been like if the comics wasn't censored, or if it wasn't even that, it was just a worded conversation and things. So yeah, I'm like, I still feel like that it still would be the same conversation, that he was like, oh well, she did this, but it wasn't all that bad. It was like, so yeah, if it had been like a worded conversation, like, oh well, at least nothing wasn't being shown, and then then we all seen how it was when it was censored. Then if it wasn't censored, then I feel like he would say, oh well, she just only sent that one comic, she didn't send multiple comics. So either way, it's like he would have, I still think they had been the same opinion that he would have had on her, if everything else happened the same. It was just that like the main thing that was being talked about was just slightly different. Yeah, it's like it's still gonna have the same ending and stuff. So anyways,
saying like this isn't true, that isn't true, but most people are saying, especially now, no, you're guilty, you're this and that, and it does suck. But if the if I could get another chance to like get back to making videos, I would like to. I'm never going to make the same mistake as I did. Just sorry, I'm tripping over my words.
It's okay.
I'm not going to make the same mistake again. I've learned my lesson. I've learned my lesson. I want to move on with my life. And well, I do agree what I did was not okay. Not the stuff I actually did wrong, of course. I think it's a little overblown with how much people talked about it. I think it's a little much, and I think I just can't believe it's already been a year. It's been over a year and people are still fucking talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm personally just fucking slow at making videos, and I had a bunch of other shit I wanted to do before.
I'm not blaming you.
Yeah, yeah. Well, actually, I found it interesting that I reached out to you, and then like a couple days afterwards, you ended up releasing your second response video. I was like, what the fuck? Was I like loosely associated with fucking motivating that? But I don't think so,
No.
right?
You were a good argument for me for when people said, "Oh, Jar, everybody was done talking about this, and then you revived it," and it was like, "No, people were still going to talk about it, you dumb fucks.
Yeah.
They're still going to like." I just saw a video on Cine that was 2 weeks old.
Mm.
People are still talking about it. This whole only I'm keeping it going bullshit, bullshit. People are still talking about it. I could kill myself, and people will still be talking about it for the next 2 years.
Well, to be honest with you, bro, I get it. You just don't address that shit at this point. You're done with it. It is a year-old topic. Like it's for us to milk, other creators, you know.
Yeah, but I'm just.
Then the thing is this, it was already talked about that it'll be something else, and they just rub around like, yo, it was just like the Cinebear drama. I said this, and then this happened, and somebody said that, and then that happened. It's like, well, why? Like, my thing is this, if you're this good of a content creator, right, you'll find other things to talk about or ways around. I guess like if you're talking on a similar drama, you'll be able to do a video, because yeah, there's been times where I done looked at drama where it's it's kind of similar to stuff that I've dealt with. If anything, I'll give people kind of like a history lesson, but it's like it's one of those things. I guess if somebody were to challenge me and be like, okay, next drama video that you do where it's like it's talking on your, so talk about it, but don't talk about your drama, I could do that. You know, it's like, I guess like I'm not gonna say I'm the best creator in the world, but at least I can, if I really wanted to. Well, no, I did do that. That was all like, yeah, there was one of those things where I had to say like, yeah, in the beginning of this year, I was all like, yeah, I'm done. I think it was just, a lot of people were talking about this, so I was like, no, let me just go ahead, get out of the way and stuff. But yeah, and also I did want to show some support to Cress. But yeah, other than that, I'm like, there isn't really nothing else to talk on and things. So yeah, it's just with JustARobot. He'll find a reason. If, let's just say, if content creating went like mainstream and then the Cinebear drama got revived, oh yeah, he definitely would be talking about the Cinebear drama again, because it's just that's who he is. It's like, yeah, something can be dying off or not being talked about, he'll find a reason to talk about it.
I'm just blown away with the amount of milking. Like, I always knew I was a cringe person. I'm awkward. I always knew I would get canceled. This was not in the cards for me on how it would happen. I expected the big document thing to get me canceled. Like, someone would drop a big document with all these screenshots, video clips kind of thing.
Yeah.
Huh?
The 300-page like Cinderella document. Sorry.
Yeah. That's what I was expecting to happen. Not something like this. I will say it really came out of left field for me, and I know you're gonna make the video. It's gonna make me look not the best.
It is it's a highlight reel for embarrassing moments, to be perfectly honest. Yeah.
Of course it is. But if I was in your shoes, I would probably be doing the same thing. So I can't really be mad at you for it.
No, fair.
Yeah, but I just hope.
Yes, okay, go on.
I just hope my numbers can at least go up a little bit, just a little bit. Like.
Well, I think honestly,
and that's all he cares about. Is just he cares about views. He don't care how he gets the views. He just wants to get views. It is funny how like I remember back when me and him, when we got into it, like when we very first got into it, views and subs was never really talked about on his end. Like he never really talked about that. And anytime when I say, because I just remember that's how I would end off a lot of the conversations between us. I'm like, well, I get more views than you and I have more subs than you. Now what? So it's like, it's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, you can say whatever you want to say, but it's like people are still gonna watch my content. And then that's when I think, yeah, and he came up with the stupid but genius idea. Let's try to get TMossBoss canceled, for some crap. Because would you look at how I guess the my whole cancellation thing started? It started because I didn't want to accept any advice from JustARobot. The way that I was getting hated on, fam, you would have thought that I had like attacked them in broad daylight or something. And it's like, this was all because of some YouTube videos. So it still trips me out how I got that much hate over some YouTube, or me not wanting to accept his opinion about my content, when it's like he literally bases his whole career off of that. So that's why I'm like, to me, I find that funny. But at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, it's just it's one of those things where, like I said, it was a genius but stupid idea. It was genius because, yeah, you mission accomplished. You got me in a way, but I guess it was by your own fan base and probably them using bots or whatever to dislike my videos, leave hate comments and all that. In a way, you got me canceled, but it was a stupid idea because it's like, and then when you get canceled, people are going to look at this and be like, okay, well, there's this area that we haven't explored. Let's talk about it, So
it's obvious that you've lost a lot of goodwill with your audience in general, and just like the community as a whole, I would say. And so I think you going and making like drama content right now, like the iDubbbz and like Hassan videos and like all that stuff, kind of just goes to show you haven't learned your lesson as much as you say you have. I think it indicates otherwise to a lot of people. And I don't know, because I do like what you're doing with your third channel. As far as I can tell, that's all just like film reviews and shit, right? And you haven't done anything drama wise on that video. It's just reviews, right?
Oh, eventually, let's say if I were to come out with a movie or something, we're starting it. Yeah, let's say they come out with a Sinners prequel or something, and I'm, Michael B. Jordan's like his uncle or best friend or something. Yeah, I'm smoking stacks best friend. I guarantee it. I promise you, he'd just be all like, oh, he's like, yeah, let's like, ain't never cared or talked about it before. Then all of a sudden now it's like, oh yeah, it needs to be reviewed or talked on because he wants to give out constructive criticism. Yeah, no, I'm not. I ain't hearing that. So he could try to defend, but all like, oh, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
been pure reviews. I mean, you can see for yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I did take a glance at it and watched I think I watched like the first release and that was it. But yeah, I do appreciate that you're trying that, but and it's not going great, obviously. But I think if you keep putting work into it and figure out a nice review for me or some shit like that.
That's the thing, though. It's like then that channel blows up, and then people are gonna be like, "Wait a minute, aren't you that guy that defended that pedophile and stuff?" Then that channel is being canceled. So yeah, it don't. I think right now in his life that he needs to just focus. Like he kept bringing her up, he needs to just focus on his girlfriend. It seems like that's like the one thing that he has good going on in his life. Focus on that.
I think that will give you the goodwill again. Just don't need to doing drama and shit,
I get that. I get where you're coming from, but if I'm not going to have any goodwill, might as well do it like this. And God, I'm tired.
Fair enough.
Give me a second. Like, I've learned my lesson in getting involved with like Cine stuff. I've learned that lesson. I just think it's a little messed up that I had a pretty good track record up to this point, and like you bring up my audience leaving me.
Like, no, you did not. You did not have a good track record. The only reason why he says that is because he's mentioning his audience, and it's like because your audience was yes men's, like they were anything that you say that they would agree on it. You could just tell by the way that they comment underneath people's videos. They don't have their own opinion. They just pretty much echo your opinion. So at the end of the day, it's like your audience, they don't know nothing, I guess, than a person comparing them to somebody that's like watching the drama from the from the outside looking in and stuff. Yeah, your audience doesn't know nothing about the drama. They're all like, if we're in JustARobot's good graces, that's all that matters. They don't care about nothing else. So it's like, that's the thing. What's so crazy is that he don't even realize he's being used by his audience. He's so just, I guess, caught up with like, oh, I just love being treated like a god and stuff. And it's like, fam, you're definitely not no god. All right, you ain't even a king. You're one of those peasant people that just be walking around picking at rocks and stuff. If we talking some kingdom stuff, you're one of the background people.
Was like randomly starting to leave me at the very end of 2023, and it was so random to me because I was like getting more views than ever before, and then suddenly like everything just like dips out of nowhere.
Well, I mean, after looking into you more and more, it does seem as if it's not like out of nowhere per se. Like it does seem like this has been building. It's not just like, obviously the Cine situation was like the big fucking, the big bang, the big moment, the big straw that broke the camel's back or whatever. But and like it seems to me as if this is like a sort of pattern of behavior, repeated behavior that's kind of like been building over time. I was just like,
Well, yeah, that's why I started like moving away from drama to begin with, like 2 years ago, because I thought, okay, everyone, no matter who you are, everybody has a pattern of behavior when it comes to drama. And if I do have a pattern of behavior that I'm not seeing, I think it's time to step away. And as soon as I started stepping away, I feel like was in the process of that. I feel like that's when people really were starting to get angry with me, and I was like really confused. I guess they thought, oh, he's going to get away with everything now that he's no longer talking about drama.
Right. Um. Yeah. My only other recommendation, which I will also mention in the video, is yeah, stay off the.
Yeah, because I remember when he made his last video on me, it was nobody didn't even care. I was like, because I remember when I was blowing up with voiceover videos in 2024, and then I think it was sometime before that. I remember he allegedly got hacked. And then his fans, they started spamming my comments talking about and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, why I haven't made or talked about him. Like, there's no reason to even be talking about him. I'm focused on myself, and I got like a good line of content going, going good for me and stuff. Why would I be focused on him? You know, so that's why I'm like, plus, if I'm a hacker, why would I waste my talents hacking his YouTube channel? I'm like, look, I might not care for his channel and stuff, but I'm like, my thing is this. If I can hack, trust me, I'm getting me a job at like the FBI, so I'm like, at least I can get paid for doing it and stuff, you know. So, but anyways, but no, I just remember it was like it was some of his fans, they were accusing me of hacking him, and then I don't know what that's just some random message, but anyways, but then eventually like some time afterwards, then the video had came out where it was like it was talking on that, and then it was talking about how it was blowing up off of voiceover videos and stuff, and I'm thinking to myself, and he titled it like, where is TMossBoss right now, and I'm like, if people wanted to see where I'm at, they could just very well open up my channel and see where I'm at. Why would they have to go to your channel to figure that out? It just seemed like it would take a lot less time versus watching some video of just, well, hey guys, JustARobot here. So anyways, I'm gonna, have it where my model tune voice just talks about a guy that I don't like and haven't liked him for years now, and talking about what he's doing as a content creator. He got accused by my fans of hacking me, and then he's making voiceover videos. You drag that on for 8 minutes as if that was going to be a entertaining video, where we're living in a day and age where AI technology is making its course. We got Mr. Beast videos left and right, video games and updates for those video games left and right. Who in their right mind is going to take the time to skip past all this entertaining content to watch a Where is TMossBoss Right Now video where they very well could just look it up? So that's why I was like, yeah, when I remember when that video came out, it didn't have no effect. I was like, people, I don't even think they were they commented, I guess, to just give JustARobot some content. It might not even been fans. It probably was just him and underneath multiple accounts, just so he can have a reason to make a video about somebody. But I just find that odd. He makes that video, and then before his fans were, I guess, like kind of promoting or not promoting, but just trying to get me to have a response so they can have something to talk about in the video. But other than that, after that video came out, it didn't have no, compared to the other videos that he uploaded about me. Oh yeah, those videos definitely had an effect on my channel. Anytime he uploaded a video about me, it was nonstop dislikes and hate comments. So I'm like, it even went as far as to people that were on Twitch, where I was just cool with them. If I shouted them out on YouTube or something, they would find these people on Twitch, and then they start going to their channels hating on me and stuff. So that's why I was like, yeah, he so-called claims that, I don't hold on to dramas and beefs and grudges and all that stuff. I'm like, there's just way too much evidence, me being one of them, of that being proven to be a lie and stuff. You definitely be holding on to some dramas, but anyways.
The Discord, and don't play Smash Bros with kids, probably. That's probably the two recommendations I have.
I haven't played Smash Brothers with people on Discord in like forever. Like,
Yeah.
I just started doing that when I first started my Discord, but then I was like, I had a roommate a little later, and me and him played Smash, and then like, you can play Smash online with people, and I just don't know how everything went to shit for me, because you brought this up yourself. You think I'm the least bad out of like Birdie, Cinny, Kumo, and the others. And
Well, I don't know.
agree
Who's
with
the
that.
others? I
Huh?
don't know. Who's the others? Because out of Birdie, Cinny, Kumo, yeah, for sure, you're probably the least bad out of them. But who's the others?
I guess forget it. What I said about the others, just
No.
those three.
Yeah.
Out of the four, of course, you're not going to do a video on Goblin Girl. No one cares.
Yeah, romantic goblin is literally just a footnote in your video. That's about it.
Yeah, but like when it comes to like what I feel insulted by is I agree with you. Granted, I'm biased because like it's in favor of me, so of course I'm biased. But what shocked me was just how much it blew up, like how quickly and like the amount of videos, how everything was spinning around me, and I thought if it happened a little bit sooner, like one year ago before it happened, when I had a lot more goodwill, I think I could have handled it pretty easily.
And that's because it would have been his fans more so doing the dirty work. He doesn't. That's one thing that I've learned about JustARobot over the years is that he'll make a video. And it's like he has like the bare minimum of work when it comes down to like the JustARobot stuff. Now he's having to actually I guess speak up for himself, and he can't hide behind the scenes or hide behind his fans. It's like now he has to actually put in some work as a content creator. And when you look at when back then when he got called out for stuff, it was mainly his fans that were jumping to his defense. I think he even said that himself in what video was it where he was like, "Oh, I made a video on this person and they're still getting hate to this day and stuff." I can't remember. I feel like the person they were playing that one game, Subnautica, and that might have been the person that he was talking about. But if not that, I think I don't know. There's like again, I'm not good at remembering names and stuff, but I just remember him saying some stuff like that, and I'm like, yeah, that was then. I'm like, now let's talk about now. Now let's see you try to have that same energy you had back then now, and see how far that goes. It's like I feel like now people are starting to realize that it's like, yeah, you were just always a toxic content creator, So yeah, but I just anyways, I'm ranting, I'm like I'm trying to let this video in and stuff, but then he says some things. I'm like, okay, now I gotta talk on that. But anyways,
I mean, maybe, but there is a reason this drama blew up. Okay, it is, and there's also a reason why my fucking video is like fucking the longest I've ever made. It's because like day
6
after
hours,
day, especially if you're watching this live at the time.
But then again, this
is
is 3
of
hours.
just like crazy fucking shit happening with every single person involved in this drama, and it was all circling you. And you just like kept getting involved in these ridiculous situations and have all these fucking crazy social interactions. So it's a captivating story, I must say.
I guess so. I guess so because I didn't expect Templeton to get canceled. And he kind of like pulled himself back up, but like
yeah, he's still like collabing with people in the community from what I've seen, but I do criticize him a bit in the video.
No, that's fine. I don't really like the guy either, but I really just want to have at least one more chance, like just to make drama content again, just to like chat with people again.
You ain't got the pass for me, but whatever. Like I'm not gonna be able to single-handedly stop your career. So if you want to make drama content, you do that, I guess. But that is explicitly what the whole message of my video is. I think you actually do cause harm if you're making drama content, whereas like if you're doing like reviews and shit, I actually can't see how that can cause harm. So like if you get a bad take on Star Wars Acolyte or whatever, or it's not gonna hurt anyone.
Well, I agree with that. That's why I started like moving towards it. It's just, I think I've talked to you enough. My laptop's almost dead.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, you have a good day, Lord Crust, and
no. Thanks for having this conversation. It is much appreciated. As I said, like the only credit to do so.
Yeah, well, that's because I'm not a pussy like the others. Yeah. Or maybe I'm an idiot.
I mean, either or. But there wasn't really too much you said in this. But yeah. All right, I'll see you later.
Bye.
Is that it? Yeah, that was that was definitely one of those calls where it's like, yeah, now it might be some other people with the main video, the 6-hour video. I know people are like, oh, you should react to. Nah, there'd definitely be a video where I had to like, and I just think that if it was like more of a shorter, I've seen everything that I need to see with JustARobot. So I'm like, I just wanted to just more so check out this call because there's a lot of things to debunk where it's just he says things where it's like you realize that there's other people that have brains and they're capable of thinking, and they'll see that it's like, yeah, the stuff that you be saying and doing and stuff, it's like it's things that you're gonna question. So, but no, anyways, yeah, shout out to Lord Crest. I think this is his second channel. So this is Crest Lord. This channel will be linked in the description. If I remember to, I'll try to link the other channel. So that one is just called Lord Crest. But anyways, with that being said, I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and peace.